Gender neutral Facebook.
If you're out there, shoot us up. Hit us up. Don't shoot us up. Do not shoot us up. Hit us up.
Full of movies.
Hello, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Don't shoot us up. Don't shoot us up. But hit us up.
Really terrible.
Hit us up. This is Screen Source episode 4. This is a film, television, news reviews, and trailer show here on Color Circuit. I am Dylan. Let's start at the right here.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jessica.
Yeah, welcome back, Jessica.
And sorry I have a list because I have braces now.
Yay. Look at that. They're Invisalign.
They're new braces?
Yes,
Yeah,
they are brand new.
Wow.
I think
I
they
can't even see them.
Yeah,
live
they're
up to their
invisible.
Invisible line. Anyways, we're going to try to stay on topic today. Yeah.
Yes.
Invisalign is the start of it. So are we ready to just go for it? Or
Dive
do you guys
in.
have something that you want to say up front? You know, how are you feeling? What are your feelings today?
Let's see. Anxiety.
Okay.
A little bit of glee.
Anxiety and glee.
Gleefulness.
Okay.
It's pretty accurate.
Those are my feelings.
Oh, I see. He's got a preview editor. Okay. Anyways, great. How are you doing?
Fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's
I wanna
it.
Jump right in.
You want to jump right in? All right.
Jump
Yeah,
in.
we're trying to be more timely. So today's the day.
Time management.
Time management. All
That's
right.
the
So,
key.
first topic of the day, Star Wars.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff going on this week.
Yeah, so this is my pick for my news article. Colin Trevorrow, however you say his name.
Something like that.
He is out as director of episode 9, which personally I am very pleased about.
Yep.
I was not a fan of Jurassic World.
No,
Uh-huh.
it was
Mhm.
not that great.
Yeah.
Apparently did he do an indie film in between?
He did a movie, it was called The Book of Henry,
Book
which
of
I
Henry.
did not see. I saw the trailer, which was crazy.
I heard it did awful.
And the movie was universally panned by critics.
Okay.
It looked like a real
Shit.
mess of tones and like material that didn't really seem to fit into the type of movie he was trying to make.
What was it about? Do we know?
It was like this genius kid who lives with his mom, Naomi Watts, who is like incapable of taking care of herself, so he takes care of the whole family. And then he like has a crush on the girl next door who's being molested by her dad or stepdad.
Jeez.
But it's sort of like going for like a 80s Amblin, Goonies type feel,
Got it.
but with like molestation and just a whole bunch.
That's
of,
how you
like,
do the Goonies, yeah. That's what the second one's about.
Is it?
Missing.
Anyway, so it just I'm not personally a fan of Colin Trevorrow, and I was kind of disappointed when they announced that he was going to be finishing the trilogy of Star Wars.
Yeah, we talked about that the very first
talked
week, I
about
think.
this. So I don't know who they haven't announced who they're going to replace him with. I'm hoping they just stick with Rian Johnson, because I think he's really good. I mean, we haven't seen
He's doing episodes 8,
eight,
which
episode
comes out
8.
this year. Yeah, and what did he do prior to that?
He did Looper.
Looper.
It's probably like
I
his
liked
biggest
Looper.
one.
I like that film.
My favorite movie of his is Brick.
Brick is
with,
great.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Such like a weird
I love that film noir.
Like
high
school
feel
noir.
to it.
I remember
kind
not
of.
liking it, but I want to rewatch it because everybody says it's great, and gotta
He
try it
directed
again.
A number of the best episodes of Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Did he do Fly?
That was such a good
I think he
episode.
might have done
he
Fly.
might have
That was
done
a
Fly.
fan
Mm.
favorite.
Mm.
Who else would we want to take over directing
I'm all
episode
in.
9?
Let's bring back the original.
George Lucas.
Let's get him back.
Mr.
We
Lucas.
kicked him out. Let's bring him back.
I'm okay with it too.
Bring
I
it
doubt
home.
he would want to, but sure.
Oh,
if
he wants
if
to.
he wants to, I'd say bring back.
I
He
think-
wants to? You think so?
As long as he's not scripting it, maybe.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So here's why.
He's got to have limited power.
Right.
I don't know why. I'm not a Star Wars fan at all, but I'm just saying it. Bring
Oh,
him
yeah, I
back.
forgot. You've only seen everything but the actual original.
And by
Star
the way,
Wars
this little
trilogy.
friend I have here is from episode 8.
What's his name?
He's a porg.
Do we
Porg.
want to have a quick guess as to what he is, what his function will be, in the
Also, what
movie?
he's gonna sound like.
Okay, I already knows what he sound like. I can't speak. Eyes already knows.
Eyes knows.
what he
knows.
sounds like.
How do you do it?
That's what it is. Kevin, what
it's
do you
about
think,
what you'd expect.
What do you think he does in this movie?
I think he probably plays a pivotal role in bringing down. I don't know who they fighting.
He
now,
takes down the Last Jedi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like a twist because you're like, oh, he's cute, you
Single-handedly.
trust him, but then at the end,
He goes crazy.
he reveals his true nature.
Yeah, maybe there are fangs underneath the non-beak.
Exactly.
I think he is going to pop out of somebody's chest. And,
Alien style.
Yeah, and become a host of people. Like become
A Warner Brothers host.
Yes.
They did that in Spaceballs.
Mm-hmm.
A little frog from the old Warner Brothers pops out of his chest and then starts dancing. That was a Warner Brothers frog, right?
Yeah, I think
Yep.
so.
Anyways,
Yep.
my choice would be I don't remember his name, but the person that did the animated series, the Clone Wars, goes really into like the lore of Star Wars, and they're really well done. A lot of I know it sounds like it's just for children, but it gets very dramatic too. Like parts where I even cried even. So I think carrying him over into the Star Wars
So is that
live
person
action.
in charge of the writing? Do you like the writing of the script?
I like
Because
both. I
directing
really
animation
liked-
and directing live
Sure.
action is a whole different animal.
Sure, I agree, and I don't think he actually has any like live action experience, but they've brought on people that haven't had maybe not Star Wars.
One of the names that's floating around out there is Brad Bird.
Okay. And what has Brad Bird been involved with?
Incredibles.
The Incredibles, Tomorrowland, The Iron Giant,
Oh God, the Iron Giant.
Mission Impossible 3. I think it was 3 or 4. 3 or 4.
Okay.
The
I'd be
one
okay
with
with
Philip
that.
Seymour Hoffman.
That's-
Rocketeer.
No, I think wasn't that J.J. Abrams who did the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Oh, that was right. He did
He
one
did
of them.
the next one.
The
I
next
think,
one. Yeah.
which was good. I'd like to say maybe they should but hire someone who's not a white male to direct
A
it.
different,
Maybe,
Oh, yeah.
Patty Jenkins.
Patty
Ava
Jenkins would be great.
DuVernay? Is that
Ava
her?
DuVernay?
Yeah, her name has been floated out there, but she would be a great fit. I mean, I don't know how A Wrinkle in Time is going to be, but it certainly
The
looks
trailer looks fun.
excellent.
Yeah, that's based off of a book, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. This is her first big film, A Wrinkle in Time, and yeah, I've heard her name floated around for this too. First, like, huge budget, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, I think, either of those would be great. I think Patty Jenkins would be awesome.
She's already
I really
proved
liked-
herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked Wonder Woman, and I think it's going to be another epic sort of film. So she already has experience doing that, so that'd be great.
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent.
Great.
Get
As long
out of
as it's
here,
not
Trevor.
that guy.
Get out.
Yeah,
offense.
I'm
He's probably
okay with
going
him
through a
being
hard
gone.
time right now.
But
This is
Star Wars is going through a
lost.
hard time too, because this is the second time within like 3 months
Yeah.
that they've lost a director.
No.
The last one was
I think it's because they're hell bent on making sure the movies are at least passable. Like,
Sure.
the last thing they want is to have a bunch of crappy movies on their hands.
Maybe some more Ron Howard.
So you never know. He's the go-to.
Come clean up things for us. All right. Speaking of Star Wars,
Kevin doesn't want to hear this, so I'm going to say, Kevin, if you don't want to hear this, close your eyes and your ears.
I'll just hear it.
You'll be okay.
I'll
Yeah,
just
close your eyes if you
We're
don't
gonna
want to hear it.
Strap
Alright.
Kevin in
Spoiler
and then throw
alert!
spoilers
Spoiler
at him. Yeah.
alert! For the episode 8 of Star Wars: Last Jedi, Ryan Johnson revealed who the Last Jedi refers to, and it is, in fact, as all of us may have already guessed, Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
So, and there was some talk that also it carries over to Rey. So we'll see. But as of right now, we know for sure that it is going to be Luke Skywalker. And so I don't know what that's going to mean, but interesting.
Yeah, I've heard some talk about how, they're talking about how the Jedi themselves are also like sort of problematic in their like rigidity of like, it's all about like being in the middle rather than at one extreme or the other, and so the Jedis are kind of like,
Yeah, the Clone Wars again explores a lot about what it means to be a Jedi, and not too spoilerly, but somebody ends up leaving because they don't believe in, and she's a great character, but she doesn't believe in what they're doing anymore because they make a ton of mistakes. They're not the end all be all good guys, and so they explore that
they're
a
not
lot.
flexible, and that's why they keep losing, it seems.
Right. I also was on Wikipedia a lot last night because I just finished the series. So if anybody doesn't know what Wikipedia is, it's the Wikipedia of Star Wars. And I totally forgot that there are no more Jedi and there are no more Sith. The Sith are eradicated at this point. What exists now is the what's it called? The God, I just said it earlier. The something one.
The something one.
The something one. Does anybody remember back there?
Is this from the
Producers?
movies or
This is from the
show?
movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you realize there are no Sith in the
Order of
I thought
something.
Kylo Ren. Was it
No.
Kylo Ren? He's not a Sith.
no, he's not a Sith. No, he's just a bad guy.
Oh, the Knights of
One.
something.
Anyways, yes,
Yeah.
there are no more
No.
Sith anymore, and now there's like one Jedi left. So it's kind of it does like there's a big change in the story in that way because we talked about the first six or seven films all about that. You know, the Jedi versus the Sith, and now there's none of those left.
And
The
so, yeah,
the order of one, I
it's-
think is what it's called.
It seems like, yeah, Star Wars are wanting to branch out and tell a lot of other stories rather than just always Skywalkers and always Jedis versus Siths.
Don't agree.
You don't think that's a good idea?
No, I don't agree that that's what's happening.
Really?
They're bringing back. They're going to talk about. Oh God damn it! I'm losing my words again today. But the next film, the Han Solo film, they're just going back and rehashing old things again. And three of the last three of the films have a giant ball that destroys other planets. You know what I mean? So
I feel like they're taking baby steps and branching out from the Skywalkers. So
God,
like,
I
yeah,
hope you're
Han
right.
is still an original
Hope you're
character,
right.
but he's not a Skywalker. He's
And
like,
he, well,
and
never
it's
mind.
exploring this
I won't say
other
that.
part of the
Mhm.
universe,
Yeah.
like the smugglers and all that
Yeah.
other like grittier side of Star Wars. So I think that they're taking baby steps.
they are
away
baby
from-
steps, yeah.
but they are. Yeah, it's gonna
But new characters is what we want to see, I
Yeah,
think.
I think.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And they did do that in the last one. So actually, the last two films there was a lot of new
Mhm.
characters.
Hmm.
Nothing to say.
No, I have nothing to say.
Are we excited about
Good
The
for
Last
you.
Jedi?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
Of course. I mean, I'm
I'll see this
extremely
one.
excited. Mm.
you'll see this one.
Having
Yeah.
not seen.
I will not see the original three, but I will see this one. I like that goatee.
It's similar.
Similar
to-
facial hair.
Yeah, all of my style choices are based off of Mark Hamill.
All right.
All right, now we're going to get down to the real business. Which, of course, if you didn't already know, which how could you not? Oh my gosh, why can't I remember this guy's name? Excuse me for being...
He's a really good actor.
Jonathan
right?
Pryce
Yeah.
is playing Pope Francis
Wow.
in an upcoming series, which is directed by the guy who did Children of God, which is an excellent movie. Has anybody seen here Children of God? Children
No.
of God?
No, but I heard it was great.
Children of Men is also good. Children of God is excellent. Excellent movie. Great director. And this guy, Jonathan Pryce, is playing Pope Francis. And he looks just like him.
Holy crap.
No
yeah, he
kidding.
That,
does.
like, the similarities. I mean, I think, like, old men are often, like, babies. Like, they all kind of look alike.
Totally.
I mean, you're more likely to look alike than when you're, 35.
Sure, sure. I agree.
So, yeah, he's playing Pope Francis, and we are in the Pope prime. Really, we
prime?
are.
Pope prime.
Like, this is prime Pope time, guys. I love anything Pope related. And
I didn't know that about you, Jason. I'm intrigued.
He's full of shit.
I'm serious. I like all
Yeah.
Pope related things. I cannot get enough Pope.
Yep.
And
My
we're
friend came up with an app that's Pope Finder, and it's just a little Pope hat on a Google map, and you find out where he's traveling because he does a
There
ton
you
of
go.
traveling. Yeah.
I think it's just it's a source of comedic material that just keeps on giving. I remember there was a Onion article it said a cool Pope, because of course they were talking about Pope Francis, like meets up with the Harlem Globetrotters, and like the picture was like him like stuffing like a ball, and then like no joke, like 2 weeks later it was like there was like a picture of the actual Pope like with the Harlem Globetrotters.
How funny.
That's how cool our Pope is. And
I disagree, but okay.
Well, like in
he hates
comparison,
transgender people. I
That's-
mean,
well-
he's a bad guy. He's a bad person.
You have to take it like
No.
in comparison to where I grew
Yeah,
up
if we're talking
Catholic.
relative to other popes, sure.
We could
Yes,
be-
but
we
still,
can
if
get
he's
a lot
naysaying
worse.
transgender
Let me just
people,
tell
come
you,
on. I'm not
there
going
are a
to
lot
condone this
worse.
asshole.
There are a lot worse popes out there.
Sure.
There have
But
been
he's
a
gone
lot,
now.
lot
He's not even
worse.
Pope anymore.
Yeah, he is.
By the way,
Oh,
Tito
he's still Pope?
says
Yeah.
Francis?
Yeah.
Tito
I don't
says
know why I
is the
thought-
title the Dope Pope.
The
The
dope.
dope.
It
Pope.
better be. And it's the movie is actually about Pope Benedict, which starring Anthony Hopkins as Pope Benedict, like evil, like Sith Lord Pope. You know, I know. Like
He kind of does look like Darth Sidious.
I don't trust him.
I don't
This
either.
actor.
Yeah.
Jonathan Price.
No, I mean he's a good actor. It's just he.
You just
he
don't
has
trust
kind
him
of-
as a person.
After seeing him in Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
He
I
was.
just-
Have you seen Brazil? Anybody? Brazil?
No,
Brazil?
I heard that was also great.
Terry
Gilliam.
Gilliam? I have not seen
Excellent.
it, but-
Excellent main character. Yeah, he's a great actor. He's also playing Don Quixote in the upcoming. But that's a tangent. Anyway, he looks just like the Pope, but he's playing the Pope.
Cool.
Sweet.
Go Popes.
Yeah.
Pope.
We excited about this?
Yeah, I think from the director, based on who the director is, yes.
Okay.
And I'm also expecting Cersei. I'm stealing this joke from the AV Club. Cersei will show up and blow up the entire papacy, the
I will
Vatican
watch.
at the end.
I will watch.
Yeah. if she's in
If
it.
Cersei's there.
Okay, so this one is mine. It is about well, so you all know who that is, right? It's Alicia Vikander.
Vikander, yes.
My girlfriend, as I like to say, my girl
I
crush
didn't
on
know
her. She is going to be the next Tomb Raider. There's going to be a new Tomb Raider movie.
So is it a reboot?
It is going to be a continuation, I believe.
Oh.
Really?
Wow.
And I will tell you shortly about like more details, but she is basically saying like she doesn't want to, you know, fill Angelina Jolie's shoes or anything. It's just going to be like a newer version. Let's see, because I guess she says those are big shoes to fill. I did enjoy the original Tomb Raider movies with Angelina Jolie. I thought they were pretty entertaining. It says it's a reboot, so it is a reboot.
Okay.
Are they worth watching, the originals? I haven't seen them.
I didn't care for him.
Okay.
I
I've never
thought they
seen
were
one.
fun. If you're just looking for a good time and you want to see Angelina Jolie kick some butt and stuff, then sure, why not?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that in mind, Angelina Jolie is actually, and it's not a topic that we'll fully go into, but she's coming back from her hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And her and Brad Pitt are back together.
Are they really?
Yes,
No
but that's
way.
yep. But that's a whole different thing.
Okay. It's a
So
tangent.
she's
That's the news.
so she is.
Kind of think we should
So
just
Laura
talk
Croft
about
is
that.
coming back, and it's going to be played by Alicia Vikander, and she is going to have a bow and arrow now as a weapon, which is kind of cool. I don't know what she had before, gun, right?
she had a gun. Yeah, she had guns.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I really, 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 I actually think Alicia Vikander is a really good actress. In addition to her being very beautiful, but I think she's a really good
great.
actress.
Did she win an Oscar for something?
Yeah.
What
She
was
was
it
nominated
for?
at least.
For
what?
Ex Machina?
No. It was a Danish girl, right?
Oh.
Oh, yes.
that's right.
Which I
see
didn't
that.
see.
And
I
then she
didn't see
has.
that, but I
We watched a
want to.
trailer a couple weeks ago, Red Band trailer of her
Oh,
too.
Tulip Fever.
Tulip
Yeah.
Fever.
That got-
I read a review
that got
for
really
that.
bad reviews.
How did it
It's
go?
not- they were not positive
happy about-
reviews.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, based on just Ex Machina, but also, I mean, like that's a part where you're playing a robot. It's easy, but it's difficult. Like at the same time, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think some roles like where you need to play a serious character, and this is tangential yet again, of course. But where you need to play a serious character, it can sometimes seem easier because if you're like, I'm sorry, not serious, but where you don't speak very often.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Yeah.
Or you're robotic. Anyways, do we want to see this film?
It depends on the reviews, probably.
Mm.
I mean,
This looks like it's
I
on
have
set.
no attachment to this franchise. I
Yeah.
do like Alicia
Vikander.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not like my favorite. I'm not like
No.
she's no Rooney Mara.
True. I think I'll
But I'm
I'll
saying.
rent it. I'll probably rent it. Yeah.
The new Tomb Raider VGs are supposed to be amazing, says Tito on Facebook.
VGs. Oh, video games.
Video
Video
games.
games, yeah. So I've played one of the more recent video games, and they are really good. I mean, it almost looks like a film. Video games are getting so highly produced now. I wouldn't mind seeing this.
Yep.
I I don't know who's directing it. Did we say that?
No, I can pull that up for you. Ooh,
Or even who's writing
using
it?
my porg here.
I will not see this movie.
Yeah.
No.
That's a hard
Hard pass for
stance.
you.
I mean, I just passed up all of the Tomb Raider stuff, and it was right in my youthful prime.
It really was, because
video
the
games.
the original video game came
The
out in
movies.
the early 90s, I think, or mid 90s.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting that like it's a video game franchise that's turned into a movie franchise now, because there's been several films, I believe.
Like 2, right?
Two, yeah, and this would be a third.
I don't have
The director?
information on. Let's see.
But this looks like it's on
Um,
set, right? Or did somebody?
It says
make
it's
this?
got a great cast, including Vikander, Walton. I don't know who that is. Goggins and Daniel
Walter
Wu.
Goggins.
Or Walter?
Walton Goggins. There you go. And
Yeah,
Daniel
Walton
Wu.
Goggins.
Oh, here we go. Plus director Roar Uthbog from the acclaimed 2015 drama The Wave.
Roy Uthbog is he lives in like a rock world. He's like a caveman.
It sounds like it, doesn't it? I don't know. And I haven't seen The Wave, so I don't know.
Well, there was a
anything about
movie called The Wave that was about a teacher teaching students about the Third Reich, but I don't think that's the same movie we're talking about here. I think there's another movie called The Wave in 2015, which is more recent.
Is it about a literal wave?
Let's keep on topic here,
Maybe.
guys.
Yep. We're going off on tangents. Sorry. guys.
So yeah, I don't know who this director is, so
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right, strategy shift underway for Amazon Studios. So, Amazon Studios is or Amazon rather, is run by Jeff Bezos, and he's looking for more Game of Thrones like
He's like demanding it.
shows. Yes. So the CEO of e-commerce of the e-commerce giant is said to have tasked Amazon Studios chief Roy Price on high-end drama. So they've already announced, I think, 5 new projects now. So we have a period drama from Paul Atanasio and Wong Kar-wai, and a comedy starring Fred
Wong
Armisen
Kar-wai.
and Maya Rudolph, and then two comedy pilots and a Seth Rogen produced comic book adaptation. So he's looking for bigger and better, and they're greenlighting a ton of stuff, and they're in. I see Amazon Studios and like a ton of trailers we've been watching. Yeah, how do you guys? I mean, I don't know. Do you guys have any reflection on this?
I thought when you said they're looking for Game of Thrones, and I see a picture of Fred Armisen and Maya Rudolph,
Right.
I was like, I would love to see like Maya Rudolph as like like the Queen of Dragons, and I don't know, Fred Armisen would probably be like a Littlefinger type, and then Wong Kar-wai over there with Wong Kar-wai on board. I don't know, that's an interesting person to get to do your. Is anybody a Wong Kar-wai fan?
What has
here?
he done? I'm not familiar with his work.
A lot of stuff. Fallen Angels, In the Mood for Love. It's all like this Hong Kong cinema. It's all very scenic and glamorous. He's a really great director. One of my favorite directors when I was in high school. But not necessarily like a big action fantasy type
Okay.
director. I guess maybe he probably has directed some of those Chinese action. So maybe
Sounds
it's been a
interesting.
while. It's been a while since I've touched base with Wong Kar-wai. But yeah, let's do it. Let's get some stuff from Amazon. I've
Yeah.
got a password to them now,
Yep.
so I can watch.
Yep.
They've
I'm
been
down.
trying. They had a movie Z that just just got their second season canceled.
I think it's a TV show
TV show.
for Zelda, right?
Oh.
The
No.
Fitzgerald. Is that what it is? Movie?
No, it's a TV show. Yeah, I just said they got their second season canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the
But they did
Christina
have
Ricci.
success with Transparent.
I think that's really their main.
That's their biggest one, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think anything.
they've
else
got
is really
they're trying to make more shows that are
Mozart in the
critically
Jungle.
acclaimed with their, like things that are rivaling like The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu.
Handmaid's Tale. That's the other one.
That's
That's Hulu.
Hulu.
Oh, it is.
Not
Hulu.
Amazon.
Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Signals of Amazon's heightened focus on event and spectacle. Tal Elgato has been given ample resources to go after big-name talent, such as Robert Kirkman, who made the Walking Dead series. So they're also now looking for talent on Amazon, and they have a ton of data that they can use to figure out what people want, what they need.
Yeah.
Creepy.
They're gonna do fine. I have a feeling they're gonna grow pretty well.
I haven't really watched anything that's specific to them yet that I'm like, wow, Amazon's doing great. But
Sure.
I would love to if they do something that's getting.
And
really
they
good
just bought
reviews.
Whole Foods.
I know.
So
isn't that
they're
true?
going to take over the world.
Yep,
Is what's going to happen
apparently.
here.
And their CEO has now beat what is his name? The guy who does computers, Dell.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates for the #1 spot of the richest person in the world, I think. So,
Good for him.
yeah.
Good for him.
Really, really rich.
Kevin gives him
Anyway.
an applause.
Yeah, no, that's, I don't know. Neither here nor there. So,
All right.
next one.
Yeah, this is a story of it's pretty simple. I think the last season of Game of Thrones was like the most illegally downloaded season of all time. I don't remember the
Over
number.
a billion.
Over a billion times people downloaded this.
There are 7
season.
billion people in the world.
Yeah,
So a seventh of the world.
seventh of the world downloaded Game of Thrones illegally, and yeah, I mean, I think it says a lot about the times that we are in.
Absolutely.
For media consumption.
You guys remember LimeWire and
Oh yeah,
Bear
LimeWire.
Share and
Oh yeah, back in the Bear Share.
Yeah.
Wow.
it's good times.
Yeah, I think Jon Snow's face here kind of says that's kind of how I feel when I look at the prices and I see how like everything is just getting so compartmentalized with like, oh well, like we're gonna like make you pay $8 for this service and Disney and this and this and this, and it's like it's not feasible anymore. It's not economically feasible. So I understand why people do illegally download. However, I do choose to have HBO as one of my few services that I will pay for.
Sure.
So I do not do that, internet, but I understand what people do.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you're right. It's getting so expensive to get a subscription to every single streaming channel that you like. And, you know, at the end of the month, it's like way more expensive than like a gym membership to get all of these channels that you want. And I do see that it's a lot easier to just illegally download things. So I don't know. I understand where people are coming from.
I think they're cracking down, and it's getting back in the I call it like the old Western days of the internet of Bear Share and LimeWire, when you could just download whatever there were no laws. There was recently a lawsuit that this is a little bit off topic, but there's a website that's like YouTube MP3 where you go and you can enter like the URL link of a YouTube video and just rip the sound. So you can go and just find the music video or the sound file on YouTube and rip it, and so that you have the music. But that was there was some lawsuit that finally got completed, and that website is no longer allowed to be in existence. So they're cracking down.
It's not the
on
one
all
I
of this
use.
stuff. I'm sure it is. I think any of those
Excuse me.
websites. So they're cracking down one way or another, and I think they finally figured out how to make people pay for content, which
I actually think it's cheaper for the amount of actual like things that you actually need. It's still cheaper than a cable service.
It is.
Which-
It's
yes,
just
which
for
at
them.
minimum
quickly
for-
getting not to be. I
Yeah.
think.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
getting out of hand.
Yeah.
NBC's opening one too.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
God.
like, and CBS is getting like a paid content too. Like if you want to watch the new Star Trek, it's
Oh, that's what I meant. CBS. Yeah.
CBS.
Or
you
the
have
new
to.
Good Wife spinoff.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to see it because I can't afford a CBS
Oh,
extra
gosh.
access thing.
Yeah. See, that's
So
Like every single channel
yeah.
wants you to pay $10
much.
to watch their stuff, and $10 is not a lot, but
it
like
adds
at
up.
the same
Once you
time,
have-
it's like it will. I think at some point in the near future it will be cheaper, and I think this might even be a conspiracy theory by. This is my conspiracy theory. I think this is a plot by the cable company to get us to just buy cable again.
Yep.
'Cause they're going to be like, well, it's cheaper to spend $140 than for the 14 services that you're paying
Yep.
$10 a month for. So
a lot of them are $5.
What's 5?
What's 5?
Hulu is 5.
Hulu
Is it?
not.
Well, with commercials.
Oh.
Yes, with commercials.
Time.
So there have been I know most of this in the world of music because I follow a lot of DIY music, like underground, smaller stuff, and a lot of them want you to don't mind that you download it illegally, and then just hope that you go to their concert, buy their T-shirts, buy their album online.
Mm-hmm.
They actually don't make a ton of money with their CDs anyway, so they want you to. What they make their money is their merch and their tickets at the concert. It's obviously a little bit different here, but I think it's and there was a thing with a video game recently too. It was a big video game, and they actually put it up on one of these BitTorrent websites like Pirate Bay or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they said download it because we know all of you can't afford it, and then when and if you can, give us some money. You know, so I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, obviously HBO wants you to pay for their service.
Yeah.
They all
so-
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm scared to download anything illegally just because I don't want to get viruses.
Yeah.
Stuff.
You gotta be smart. I'll teach you.
I've
I don't
gotten a
know.
virus
It's
on my
like-
phone, but it's not from downloading illegally. It was just like, it was really weird. I don't know. I typed something into Google and it like went crazy on me. So.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I don't trust it.
Yeah.
Bye, Tito.
Bye, Tito.
I cheat.
Thanks for watching.
All right. There's a lot of Jason today.
Hollywood, or the movie industry, is blaming Rotten Tomatoes for the worst summer it's had in years. Worst summer for movies in
15
years.
or 20
Yeah.
or something
I've
like
heard
that.
it's 25 years.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
apparently like it's the worst summer they've had for years, and they're blaming Rotten Tomatoes. They're saying Fandango is a part owner of Rotten Tomatoes, or they have some share, and so they actually show the Rotten Tomatoes scores when you go to look up movie times. And so apparently there's like all of this strategizing now that studios are doing when it comes to getting a good Rotten Tomatoes score. Like, for example, they will
Like put
there's
it in
like-
the trailer.
What was that?
Like put it in the trailer what the score is.
No, like
Whoa, have you seen
'Cause
that?
I've seen that.
Oh,
Baby
yeah.
Driver. It was like
Ah.
99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah, it's got a lot of power, which Rotten Tomatoes is denying. But they'll do stuff where they're specifically trying to target critics that will probably like their movie. Like there's a new Leatherface like prequel movie coming out, and apparently they're only letting critics who are fans of horror film review it. Like the Emoji movie, they didn't even let it. They didn't do a pre-release for critics because they knew people were going to pan it. So
Smart.
there's just a lot of power that a site that's called Rotten Tomatoes.
I believe Rotten Tomatoes is also partially owned by Comcast.
Wow.
Now here's the
telling you, power. They got a lot of
Here's
power.
the thing is that it's an aggregator, so it's just taking all of the critics that are putting it in. It's not like one person is
It's Mr. Comcast. He's
Yeah, it's not Mr.
writing all the
Comcast.
reviews.
Isn't it Warner Brothers that?
that
Or maybe
owns
there's like multiple.
Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I'm not
owners
sure.
of
I remember hearing Comcast. I could be wrong. I'll
Yeah,
look
'cause
it up.
I remember people like all these conspiracy theories about why the Marvel movies got better reviews was because they were paying off Rotten Tomatoes, and then people were like, actually, Warner Brothers, which owns DC, owns Rotten Tomatoes. So there goes your theory.
I mean, it seems like it would probably be pretty easy to fidget with the score if somebody wanted to. Like, you could probably accept certain reviews and not accept other reviews, and
Right.
you could probably tweak it.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah.
I do also feel like
2016 title.
It's
Wow. Yeah.
whenever we play, post tomatoes on here, I feel like it sort of is reflective of like we're always pretty close to what the actual score is. So I do feel like it's relatively accurate.
Yeah.
I feel like it is, yeah.
Sure.
But also, sometimes I'm thinking about it too. Like, oh, I know what Rotten Tomatoes is gonna say.
Right.
Yeah.
I know what the average of all the critics is gonna be. So like, we're all acclimated to it now, kind of.
I know.
Yeah.
And I've heard people go on rants, cam rants, about Rotten Tomatoes and how it's used, and it isn't necessarily reflective of how everybody's going, or it's reflective of the average of what the community thinks of it. Sure, critically, and then
Right.
viewer wise, average viewer wise. But
I mean, I go mostly to other sites. I don't. I'll look at the tomato score, but I have other sites. I'll trust a specific critic more than I will trust a Rotten Tomatoes score.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's pretty accurate. Yeah, and I feel like also I think Hollywood did a crappy job this summer with movies. So up your game. I feel like people aren't buying the same junk you've been selling Hollywood.
I totally
So
agree, Jason.
You start doing better.
Yeah, easy to pass that blame, right?
Pass the blame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just everybody to blame because honestly, I just think it has been a terrible summer for movies. It really has. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on.
This is the last news topic of the day. Spike Lee, Jordan Peele team up on KKK movie called Black Klansman.
Whoa.
Yes.
So one of the articles, and the one I have right in front of me from Birth Movies Deaths
What's his name? Dylan?
God damn it.
Let me see.
Chappelle. Has
Oh, yeah.
Chappelle dressed up like a KKK member. You guys remember that episode? It might have been the first episode.
Of the Chappelle Show?
Yeah.
It's early on, yeah. Anyways, Black Klansman is actually a book written by this black gentleman that did infiltrate the KKK. He sent a white person as a surrogate, but he was always the actual contact when they were talking to each other online or over the phone or things of that nature. So he wrote a book about it. I don't know how long ago. I don't think it's an old story. From what I read in the news, it was like it's within the last 10 years. Anyways, Spike Lee and Jordan Peele are going to be putting on this movie. I'm excited. Jordan
Who's
Peele's
directing?
I'm sorry?
Who's directing? Which one of these guys? Both of them?
Oh, good question, actually.
Because I don't think Spike Lee's just gonna like
Jordan, wait, hold on.
let somebody else direct his movie.
True. Yeah.
Is Jordan Peele starring in it? Is he
Uh,
writing it?
These are good questions.
on top of producing, he's currently producing Lovecraft Country, which that's maybe 2-3 months old news. That's for HBO. He's doing that with J.J. Abrams.
that
He's now
Spike
signed
Lee?
to produce
Jordan Peele.
Black Klansman. This is Jordan Peele.
Okay.
For none other than Spike Lee to
Cool,
direct.
cool.
Yeah, and that makes the most sense to me, actually, because Spike Lee is known for directing.
Yeah.
And Jordan Peele he's kind of a do-it-all man, you know? He's
Yeah.
done
He's a jack
he's
of
done
all
the
trades.
writing.
Right.
He's done the
Directing.
now, and it did very well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Get Out
Um,
was great. Great film. Yeah.
And I'm really excited for Lovecraft Country too.
Mm.
But I mean, this is gonna be super. I mean, this is Jordan Peele, I think, knowing what he wants from his films. He wants a lot of heady topics. Get Out was obviously a big social commentary. Although from what I remember, he's saying the way he started off writing it wasn't the biggest intention of it. But this is obviously like, this
That's
is
the intention.
Yeah, you're hitting the
Mhm.
nail on the head with this one.
And Spike Lee is very much known for doing the same kinds of films. Like Do the Right Thing is one of his most famous films, which is also a social commentary film. And that's where you have the Fight the Power and all
Mhm.
the, about the riots. I don't know where they took place. Maybe in New York or...
Which riots?
Gosh, what are they called?
In L.A., wasn't it?
In L.A., yes. It wasn't in New York. It was in L.A.
Mhm.
The L.A. riots. And I don't know what part, but that was a big part of that movie. And I really like that movie, Do the Right Thing. It's a good one.
The Do the Right Thing riots, I think, I think that there were fictional riots.
Oh,
in
they
that
were?
movie. Yeah. But it was in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just yeah.
But the real one.
Mhm.
Excellent movie. Wonderful. One of my faves.
So good, yeah.
Yeah, so are we excited about this? Oh, it's going to be featuring Denzel Washington's son, John
Wow.
David Washington.
Interesting.
That's a really disappointing sentence. I mean, I'm really excited about the movie, but when you said, and it's going to be featuring Denzel Washington's son,
It's like,
I mean, sure.
He's in talks to star. I'm
If
sorry.
he's got-
So I don't think he's been
They
signed
haven't
yet.
confirmed him yet.
Yeah, and he's Denzel Washington's son has done Ballers. Is that the
It's an
HBO,
HBO
one?
show
Yeah,
with The Rock.
The Rock, yeah,
Mhm.
Rob
Yeah.
Corddry.
and Rob Corddry, yeah.
Mm. Okay.
So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, these two on it. These are powerhouses right now.
And maybe they want
Cool.
someone who's like relatively unknown in
Mhm.
the, film
Sure,
world.
sure.
So makes sense.
I'm all in.
All right, headlines, etc. I'll start off here. Spotify Premium. now with Hulu for $5 a month. I was already spending $5 a month for Spotify, and all I did was go back to the Spotify site, and they said, "Hey, you get Hulu now." I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And so everybody's into this right now.
With commercials, but
With
still.
commercials, yeah, but
Great.
still.
I think I pay $8 a month for Hulu, so I'm definitely canceling that and signing up for Spotify Premium.
Oh, sorry, it's a student thing. I forgot to mention that.
Do you
Come
have?
Do you
have
guys still have a
do you have an
.edu?
old student
No.
You
student
don't?
email?
I don't have access to
They
it
canceled
anymore.
that as soon as I left.
Well, do
They-
you have someone else's student email that you can use?
Dylan?
Because you may.
I'm
be
using
able
mine
to.
for this.
Well, can I use yours?
Actually,
would-
I might have another one.
You got to get me. You're like faculty, so you've got
I
to
do.
hook us up.
Yeah, I actually-
You.
I went to Central Washington, or no, I did not go to Central Washington. I went to the community college here recently within the last couple of years, so I still have access to that email.
CNN.
Would our work email work? Probably not.
Is it a
Actually,
.edu?
might. It's a .edu.
It's
Mhm.
unm.salud.
EDU.
Give it a shot.
Give it
I'm
a
gonna
shot.
try it.
Yeah, why
Give it a
not?
shot.
All right, Jessica, you want to read the next one?
Yeah, Hulu announces premiere dates for Dana Carvey and Shepard Fairey documentaries.
Cool.
Is it a documentary about Dana Carvey?
I believe so. Yes.
Yep,
Okay.
I really
cool.
like Dana Carvey, so
like
I
Dana
think that'd be
Carvey
cool.
enough. Or I did like Dana Carvey.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, Sci-Fi's 25th anniversary, celebrating with Battlestar Galactica Marathon and a new podcast with Adam Savage.
Of MythBusters fame.
Yes.
That is so cool.
L.A. Confidential series in development at CBS. It's a movie that starred Russell Crowe and
Kim Bassett.
Kim
Basinger.
Basinger,
Kim.
Boozinger.
Antonio Banderas to star as Pablo Picasso in Genius Season 2 at National Geographic.
Wow.
Should be fun.
Indiana Jones 5 won't feature Shia LaBeouf's character.
Cool.
That's okay.
Yeah, he's been confirmed to have dropped out of it.
They're making another one? I didn't know.
Yes.
Nope. Harrison Ford's going to be like,
Harrison Ford is just
90
in,
years old.
Yeah, he's just in a bed. they wheel around
he's going to be like with a cane.
with a
and-
ventilator. Yeah.
It starts off with footage of him crashing a plane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Megan Carpentier.
Charpentier.
Carpentier to star in Lock and Key, Hulu's horror fantasy adaptation of the IDW comic.
What does IDW
IDW
stand for?
comic is they're like Marvel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mwah.
There's another company.
Interesting.
Oh.
Angelina Jolie will return to work after a year off.
Mm-hmm.
Good for
Talked
her.
about
And
that.
she's back together with Brad. Tisk tisk.
Are you sure?
Yep.
It's a more of a, and she's been more behind the camera recently too. So I think they're talking about Maleficent 2 as a
Oh, I see.
potentially
Yeah.
one of her next projects.
Yeah,
Maleficent, the first
disappointing.
one was awful. Inhumans, new Marvel TV show, has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is the worst
Whoa.
rated thing ever. And so Inhumans is a new Marvel television show, but it's actually in theaters right now. Like we saw it last night at the movie theater.
saw
You
it?
can watch the pilot episode. I'm sorry, I didn't actually watch it, but I went to go watch it and I saw the movie It. Sorry, Stephen King's It. Jesus Christ, Stephen King, piece of shit. I saw Inhumans up there. I think it was like only a couple show times, but for the people that have seen it, it is 0%.
Yeah.
It's only like
Real
15
bad,
critics or something. But
guys.
What network is it on?
what's it
Like,
going to be on? I
starts
don't know.
airing? Is it like
Yeah.
a-
But clearly it's
Netflix
not worth
thing?
watching.
Probably nothing.
So.
Jessica?
Disney writes white male character into live action Aladdin movie. Of course you
Yeah, I
would,
saw
Disney,
this.
you jerks.
Yeah. So the big thing is that they made up a character.
There were a lot of white men in what 16th, 17th century or
In the Middle East.
Arabia, and so
Like
you
what
got to
everyone-
represent them. Is all
Everyone
I'm
thinks
saying.
Jesus was a white male and he was in the
Yeah.
Middle East, so how could he be? I don't know.
Exactly.
Um,
I don't think you're on the same page.
yeah.
I'm joking. So,
Kevin?
Do I read the next one?
Sure.
Okay.
It's the last
Matt
one.
Damon calls George Clooney's new film Suburbicon the definition of white privilege.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But he's not knocking him. He's saying that this is a movie about white privilege.
Oh,
And like knowingly, it's like
Yes.
okay.
Exactly.
It's
It's
called
like a social
Suburbicon.
commentary on
It's
it.
about this black family that moves into a white neighborhood and then they get discriminated against. Something like
Oh.
that.
Okay.
Like a very rich white
Well.
neighborhood or something.
Interesting.
All right. On to the next one. Okay, so now we're in the post-tomato sections. Post-tomatoes always comes before pre-tomatoes. I feel like it's a new catchphrase I'm coming up with. Basically, last week, the new films of the week. So this past weekend, Home Again, 9/11, and It came out. These were the bigger of the film releases, and the four of us gave them Rotten Tomatoes scores, at least what we thought it was going to be.
And that was supposed to be Tito's, right? Not me. But
Yeah,
he was
so
guessing for me.
Tito was
Yes.
the Jess surrogate
Okay.
for last
Yeah.
week,
Surrogate, got it.
and so you can be surprised because I actually saw the scores because I made
Dang,
this PowerPoint.
nice.
But the real scores are this. So Home Again, let's just go through them again. Jessica,
37%.
27.
46.
And 45.
Drum roll, 33.
Wow.
That is closest is Tito / Jessica.
Yep.
Wow.
There you go. Good job.
Thanks, Tito.
Tito.
Speaking of it, because we're actually not really gonna. There's no segment for it today. I was planning on doing a spoiler review,
Right.
but half of us didn't watch it. Surprisingly,
So-
honestly.
It's not the required viewing.
That was
No,
not
it was not the required viewing.
It
But
wasn't.
it broke some sort of box office record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
this
good.
weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know
For
what
R-rated
record
movies, I
for
think.
R-rated
Some
movie. Oh yeah, it
highest rated
passed up.
R-rated movies. Yeah,
It
R-rated
passed up
movies.
the Marvel film. Like
Deadpool?
it passed up Deadpool.
Oh.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
We're back.
We're
It is
back.
Rated
so
movies are
good,
back.
though.
Fuck yeah! I'm really excited that it did it.
Wait, it is R-rated?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
an orgy scene. I know that much.
Is there?
An orgy?
An orgy scene.
That's what somebody said.
Yeah,
No.
I heard about that too.
Is there not an orgy scene?
We don't want to spoil it for you, but,
There's an orgy
but all the
scene.
kids fuck.
No.
Yeah.
No, not the kids.
Not
The
really.
clown orgy.
Oh,
There's more
crap.
than one clown?
Jessica,
What?
55. Dylan, 10.
Jason?
14.
Fif- 13.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you
it
guys
was the
went on
other
your
way
bit
around.
last week,
And that's for 9.
and it got 20%. That goes to
Yeah.
Jason.
That's
Good
for
job,
the
Jason.
film
Mine.
9/11, by the way, not for the film It.
Yeah, this is 9/11.
9/11, which is
I said
would've
it
thought
got-
really, really bad.
God damn it.
Yeah,
You can't say everybody's just going to assume whenever you say it now that you're talking about the
And-
movie.
it's so confusing.
Lastly, it. Jessica,
90%.
93.
99.
100.
Wow, that's bold.
And as of last night,
89%.
good
Oh,
job.
good.
It kept
Thanks,
fluctuating
Tito.
between.
Work.
You're always winning, even
Yeah,
when
it's
you're
I
actually
not
know.
Tito.
Even when Tito's
Oh,
my
Tito
surrogate,
got it,
I'm
yeah.
winning.
It actually kept
Oh.
fluctuating between 89 and 90 as the critical reviews kept coming
Oh,
in,
it's so
but
good.
Cool.
You guys have to go
that,
see it.
that seems like a
I'm
reasonable
gonna see
score
it.
to me.
Yeah, I really feel like it did such a good job with like the 80s
Vibe.
feel with the kids, like we're cursing and stuff, and I really enjoyed that like camaraderie that they had, and yeah.
Yeah, it felt like the Goonies.
Weird.
I read an article recently that said, or I read a title of an article rather that said, like, is it riding off the high of Stranger Things?
Mm.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
say yeah, it felt a lot like Stranger
Definitely.
Things. They even had one of the actors from Stranger
I
Things.
I did not see this movie because I had a lot of work to do this week, everybody. So just calm down. All right. I would love
Pipe
to
down.
sit around and watch movies and TV shows, but I don't get paid for this. So I didn't watch it. But I do have, and
You're gonna
this
watch
can
it,
be
though.
a new bit, my girlfriend's review of the movie. She said too much CGI.
Oh,
Well,
That was her review. There's too much CGI. The CGI is not as scary as the real effects, which I'm a big
Sure.
Okay.
proponent of real effects.
Me too.
in
Sure.
horror movies.
Sure.
I think
me
they're
too.
more
But there's
creepy.
some things in this film that require CGI, and it was one of the best scenes in the movie, which was an obviously CGI thing. But I won't ruin it. But good job, Aronofsky. That's all I'm saying. Is that his
Yeah.
last name? Is that how you say it?
Who?
Aronofsky didn't
Aronofsky.
direct. Aronofsky.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, well, I don't know. I thought Aronofsky
no,
directed
he
it.
did
No.
Mother.
He's
was-
directing
Oh,
Mother.
I'm sorry, Mother. I'm thinking of what's coming up this upcoming
I don't know
weekend,
who did this,
which is
movie,
the
but
next
whoever
one that we're
did,
going
they
to.
did a good job. And the guy who played the clown, Bill Skarsgård, is actually really incredibly hot in real life. It's so weird.
He did some. The only thing I've seen him in was he was in some was
He-
it an Amazon
he
show?
did
It was a
Hemlock
Netflix
Grove.
show.
He did Hemlock
Yeah,
Grove.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
He was in the recent Allegiant movie, which I didn't watch, but he's really attractive and he's a really good actor as the clown.
He's
Like
got
he's
like
really
weird
creepy.
eyes, right?
Yep, very creepy.
Yeah, they did. The eyes were like a big part of it. Like it just like it's so slightly off, but they get wonky sometimes. And it's like makes the clown Pennywise extra creepy.
Who was the original clown? Was it
Tim.
It was
Curry.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry? I think
Yeah.
they should have got him back.
Totally
He's
agree.
like wheelchair
great.
bound.
Come
and,
here.
like,
I don't know.
He was great as the original Pennywise, though. I encourage you all to watch the original one too. Really
Yeah.
good.
From what I'm hearing, it's better than the original.
Yeah, I think that this one is supposed to be closer to the book. Has anybody read the book?
I have not, but I also heard the same thing.
It's supposed to be more true to the book, which makes sense because the original was a miniseries, and you probably can't do a lot of Stephen King stuff
Right.
As a television.
in a television thing.
Right.
Yep.
All right. So this upcoming week.
It was like a perfect length for a review, guys. That was good. Good for us.
Oh yeah.
Finally, the actual Aronofsky film, Mother. We've all been waiting for this one.
Yes.
We also have Brad's Status. I've not heard of this film. And American Assassin I have heard of. We'll see how these ones do. I'm not excited for the other two. I just want to see Mother.
I think Brad's
Yeah.
Status looks okay. I saw a trailer for it. And then Mother, obviously, is the one I'm the most excited for.
Oh, we did watch a trailer for Brad's Status.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
It doesn't look like very interesting to me, but it's also Mike White who created
Okay.
Enlightened, which is my favorite TV show.
Oh.
So, I mean, I might see it.
Yeah, you should probably watch it.
It'll
You
be
created
good.
your favorite
Yeah.
TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're all going to go watch Mother this weekend? Is that the plan?
Heck yeah.
I want to see it. Really
Who's
bad.
choosing the movie this week?
Well, I chose a different movie that you
Then
can get a
no.
hold of on a streaming network, and you can watch in the privacy of your own home. But
Nice.
I do encourage that we also go see Mother, because that sounds awesome.
Yeah. Are you guys going to see any of the other ones? I know you said you're probably going to see Brad's Status.
I might Netflix that one.
Okay. Yeah. It's a rent.
That's a rent.
I like Mike White. If it's, I don't see a ton of movies, but if it's gets good reviews, then I shall see it. I think I read something about American Assassins. It's got the epic comeback of Taylor Kitsch.
He's in that?
I just saw his name up there. I know nothing else. Taylor Kitsch of Friday Night Lights fame. So no, I won't see it, but I probably will see Mother.
All right. And also coming out, The Deuce, which for some reason I feel like we watched a trailer for, or at least I did.
I've seen the trailer for it.
American Vandal, which is the it's what's it called when like you do a spoof on a documentary, a docu
Mockumentary.
mockumentary. I believe it's a mockumentary on Netflix original. I don't remember what it's a mockumentary about. Vandalism. Yeah, in the trailer it's like somebody drew penises all over the cars and somebody tagged penises all over cars.
Oh.
And then the Orville, which is Star Trek-like Fox original. It was released actually a couple weeks ago as an online-only pilot, just the pilot episode, and so it finally actually comes out this week on Fox. Seth MacFarlane keeping his ties with Fox.
Cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Are you guys going to watch any of these?
No.
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 Are we going to guess the scores for
Yeah.
the other three?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, let's do it. Do you want to go first, Jess?
Sure.
American
So,
Assassin. Let's start off there.
And should we be writing these down?
Actually,
or-
I just end up rewatching it anyway. So.
Okay, great. So, The American Assassin. It's not sorry.
Nope.
American Assassin. I'm going to give it, oh, God, 61%. Brad's Status. I'm going to go ahead and give it.
No, let's go
we're
one
doing
movie
one
at a time.
Okay, so that was mine. 61 for American Assassin.
I'm just going to go even 50.
I'm gonna go 50 as well.
I'm going to give it
That's not bad.
45.
45.
Okay.
Okay.
Pretty
All right.
low. All right.
Brad's Status.
Brad's Status. I'm going to give it a 70.
100.
That's too bold.
I'm gonna give it a
Too bold.
Perfect film.
81%.
81.
I think it'll be like a low 7, like a 72.
72.
Yeah.
All right.
Not as realistic as 100. And Mother.
Mother. I'm going to give this one real high. I'm going to go with a 92%.
Oh, what it is? How did like Black Swan do?
Really good.
I'm gonna go 80, 87.
I have read some like
Review.
festival stuff, and I think what I've heard is that it is divisive.
Yeah.
I heard it's
You love it or hate
batshit
it.
crazy.
Love it or hate it. So
Yeah.
because of that, I'm gonna say, let's say 73.
Okay.
Huh.
I'm going to say 74. for that
Oh,
one.
wow.
Can I change mine to 75?
I don't even care, guys. I'm staying with the 92. I'm just going to.
No, I'm excited, but yeah, I think it's a movie that some people are just not gonna.
They're not going to be down
not
with.
gonna like.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
exciting.
It was
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Cool.
I'll be in LA next week, actually, too, so I won't be
Aw,
here.
so we'll
Okay.
have to get a Jason surrogate like
You
we
have
did
to get a
last
Jason
week.
surrogate.
Okay, we will
Yeah.
do so.
If anybody looks like me and has a similar sense of humor,
I'll think
What's
about my
Mark
friends
Hamill?
that I have that look like you.
if you can get Mark Hamill,
Okay.
It's really
we can
about the
get
sense of
Mark
style that I
Hamill,
care
we're,
most
we're
about.
calling out to you.
Yeah, please come on
Please,
Screen
come
Source.
on Screen
Please.
Source.
Episode 5.
you don't have
Mhm.
much going on right now.
I know that you're not busy, so.
You're not like promoting anything.
Yeah.
All right. So, into the What Are You Watching segment. So, what are you watching this week, Jason?
I lied. I did not watch The Young Pope.
You had
But you
intended
wanted
I've
to.
to.
been meaning to because I thought I would get like on a Pope kick again. I thought it was like there's a theme. that I was
Jason and
gonna
his Pope
create.
kicks.
But I have watched most of The Young Pope, and it is an excellent TV show. It really is. It's very, very strange, very weird. It's
What's it?
they
Is it in
like.
season 1?
I think they only. I think it's there's only one season.
Okay.
But it's like.
Oh, it's a limited series. It says right there.
Like Jude Law plays like this unknown quantity that they vote for because they think he's going to be a safe choice.
Right.
And he's like a 45-year-old pope, and like he turns out to be like really to the right, and like just have like he comes out and like for his opening his first speech, and he like addresses the people. He refuses to let anybody film his face, so he's just in shadow.
Wow.
And he just tells like this entire congregation of Catholics that are waiting to see the new pope to just stop feeling like love for themselves and to start feeling shame again, and like just to feel bad all the time. And it's
Whoa.
just like
Wow.
and it gets even crazier from there. Like I think there's 2 or 3 episodes until they even like show the opening of the show.
How does
it's
the pilot play? Is it good? Is it well
it's-
done?
The first 2 episodes are very like dry.
Okay.
And like it's all about like the inner working, the politics of the Vatican, and they
Which
had
there
like
are a lot of.
yeah, unprecedented access to film in the Vatican, so it's beautiful. But the first 2 episodes are very like, whoa, like this is a very dry TV show. And then in the 3rd episode, it like kicks up, and like that's like the official like start of the show, and you're like, oh,
Nice.
this is fun. And then I started watching Narcos, which I stopped because I don't have enough time.
I
And
remember
that guy's not in it anymore because he's dead now. He played Pablo Escobar, and he
And
was
Pablo
great.
Escobar died.
And he's
Spoiler
he's
alert
dead
for anybody who
in
didn't know
season
that.
2, and he's not in it, and I don't care about the show without him.
Yeah.
I do want to watch The Young Pope. I remember the trailer being really well done.
Yeah.
I don't know if I really like Jude Law, so I'll say
Yeah.
that, and that intrigues me enough.
Yeah, he's
And
very
Diane
good.
Keaton.
Oh,
And Diane
I
Keaton,
love
yeah.
Diane
She's
Keaton.
great.
Love her. so, yeah.
Powerhouse performances.
Can I ask, is
Cool.
it like supernatural? I wasn't really listening when you were talking about it. I'm sorry.
No, it's not supernatural. He's
Aw,
just
that would
like
make it better.
It feels like it
It could.
it has a very odd quality to it, like almost like in a Twin Peaksy type of like.
Okay.
You're very confused a lot of the time as to like what's going on. But yeah.
Jessica, what are you watching this week?
So I was
Whoa.
like, feeling like, okay, Halloween's coming up, and I really enjoy all things witch and wizard, and particularly like all the female witch movies that came out in like the 90s, 2000s, like The Craft and Practical Magic. And so I haven't watched either of them in a long time. Actually, I don't even think I've ever seen The Craft. And so I decided to kind of make a Facebook poll about like, which movie do you like better, Practical Magic or The Craft? Because they're in the same vein of like female witch movies, like, feminism and all that. So, all that stuff, all that good stuff. So, watch The Craft. Haven't watched Practical Magic yet. Planning on watching it next week, and I will tell you which one I think is better. But as of right now, The Craft is really good. Really liked it. I screamed. There's a particular scene with like a bunch of snakes and rats and cockroaches and stuff, and I screamed because they were like all over her. And then Daredevil on Netflix. Really good show.
We just finished
We
season
just
1.
finished season 1 and really enjoyed it. And I don't know the main character's name, but I think he's really good. So.
Oh god, yeah, the guy that plays the bad guy too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the guy that plays the bad guy is awesome.
He was on
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Vincent D'Onofrio. There you go.
He was really good.
So.
All right, I think this is me. Yeah. Oh, I meant to change it. Anyways, I watched. Remember, we watched the trailer for. No, we didn't watch the trailer for Dead Light. It was in the coming out this week. I actually ended up watching the first episode. So it's really odd, but Final Fantasy XIV is the second to last game that came out for Final Fantasy as far as the main series goes. Final Fantasy XIV is an MMORPG, massive multiplayer online role-playing game, and so you're playing online with other people, and you use magic and fighting and all that kinds of stuff. Kind of like if you think of like Dota or Diablo or League of Legends, kind of. Those are MOBAs. But anyways, it is about this kid. It starts off with the younger Asian guy, and the one in the white shirt. He's young, and his dad buys him what's it called? The original, the Famicom, I believe, which is where the original, I think, Final Fantasy came out on. And then they were closer, and then they kind of stopped talking. And now this kid is a young adult, maybe 18 or so, and he's still living at home. And him and his dad don't talk at all. So this is all about him reconnecting with his father by playing Final Fantasy 14, because that was the first one. And now we're on the 14th version of this game, or 14th game in this series, and his dad doesn't talk to him at all. So he buys his dad a PS4 and Final Fantasy 14 and says, "Here, play it," not knowing that his son plays it, and his son is meeting him online, and they're trying to connect. Or he's trying to connect with his father in that way, so his father doesn't know that the person that he's playing online with is his son.
So he's catfishing his dad.
Yes, cool. I think that's the right term for it. And then I also, I guess I didn't save it, finished Star Wars: The Clone Wars series, 6 seasons. That's not on there. Okay. There's 6 seasons, but you really don't listen. I said it wasn't going to be on there.
That's not Star Wars: The Clone Wars. That's Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, it's Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, I'll show you in a second why I put
Pan's Labyrinth on there.
Anyways, I finished Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Amazing series, especially if you're interested in the lore of Star Wars. I think it's better than even some of the films.
Wow.
They go into Darth Maul. He comes back. Not really a spoiler, but anyways, he comes back. Apparently, he doesn't die in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. You learn about how to make, where kyber crystals exist, and how to make a lightsaber, because you meet these young ones. There's a new female lead character for the first 5 seasons. You find out why Yoda ended up on
Dagobah?
On Dagobah. Yeah, why he's on Dagobah in the first place. It's awesome. It's so good. I can't recommend it enough. So please watch Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Why is Pan's Labyrinth on there? My brother went to the Guillermo del Toro at Home with Monsters exhibit at the Los Angeles Contemporary Museum of Art. Ooh. This was actually several months ago, but he forgot to give me the poster, and I finally got it. So this is actually a picture of Guillermo's second house. His second house is just his statues and shit that his wife doesn't want in his living house. And he has so much. He's so into horror and collecting that he actually ended up LACMA pursued him for an exhibit, and so yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? So it's not something I necessarily watched this week, but I thought it was kind of cool, interesting stuff, and it's, yeah, cool stuff. Good job, LACMA. Good job, Guillermo. And lastly, I think this is you.
Yes. So first one is Ingrid Goes West, which I went and saw a few days ago, cool. Which was really good. It's Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, it's a movie?
It's a movie.
Indie film.
Yes.
Okay.
She plays this sort of unstable young woman who becomes
unlike her,
obsessed with this Instagram star played by Elizabeth Olsen. And it's kind of like a familiar premise, sort of a Talented Mr. Ripley type thing, where she's trying to encroach her way into her life and become her best friend. Okay. Maybe more. Not really in this one, actually. There's not a lot of homoeroticism.
Cool. I really like Talented Mr. Ripley, so I think I'll like the same kind of.
It's good. It doesn't really break any new ground, I don't feel, with that particular genre or story. But the performances are really, really good. Aubrey Plaza always she just continues to amaze me with every new thing that she does.
Yeah, she's really talented.
Didn't she do a film where she fucks old guys or something? I heard that didn't
She was
do
in
very
Bad
well.
Grandpa, but don't hold it against her.
She needed money.
Actually, like, was that the no?
I hear that
wasn't
she's
the
actually
same
really
Bad
funny
Grandpa I
in
was
it, but
thinking of.
she did Legion,
Oh, I really want to watch that.
which is really, really good, and she's great in it.
I like from just the trailers that I saw her in. She seems like she plays that character so well. So I'm
Yeah.
really, really excited to see that.
Well, I would recommend that one. I'd also recommend this one. It's just like it's so good at like deconstructing our social media obsessed culture these days. Like there's this really funny scene. It's actually that scene in the poster where they go to a gas station and like they ask the guy who works there if he can take a picture of them. But it's not good enough, so he has to keep retaking it. And like, could you just get a little lower, like from a lower angle? Maybe this guy's like literally lying on the ground holding their phone, trying to take a picture of them from a good angle.
So it is like is it like a slower indie comedy?
Yeah, it's like a dark comedy with a little bit of a. It gets a little
Like a thriller.
thriller-y, not
Okay.
super thriller-y.
Mm.
Like
So
I
it's-
thought it was gonna go really far and then didn't quite go that far.
Okay.
The ending is a little. I think I haven't read a lot about like what people thought about it, but for me, I was like, "Oh, that's a little controversial."
Oh, interesting.
So if you see it, we can talk about that.
Cool.
I plan on seeing this one.
You should.
I want to.
Before we get to the next one, I forgot to mention I'm also rewatching The Good Wife.
Oh,
It's not on here. You can't talk about it.
Then never mind.
The Good Wife. No, tell
I've
us
heard
about The Good
Good
Wife.
things about the Good
I
Wife.
love The Good Wife.
What
was
is that on?
Like an obsession I had a few years ago. It was on CBS.
Okay.
It's over now.
okay.
But
Juliana
Margulies
from ER.
is flawless. She can do no
Quite a
wrong.
word, Kevin.
Flawless.
She's
And the guy who
flawless.
plays Big on Sex and the City, Christopher
Oh
Knopf,
yeah, he's her
right?
husband. Basically,
Yeah.
the basic premise is her husband's this politician who gets caught up in this scandal, and she kind of plays the Hillary Clinton role of like standing by her man. But then he goes to prison, and she has to like get back into practicing law, which she hasn't done in like decades because she stayed home to be a mom and raise her kids.
To be a mother out this weekend.
But it's kind of a procedural, but it was like one of the last good network TV dramas.
Okay.
Because it was CBS and
Yeah.
But anyway, it's really good. It's just it's kind of comforting because there's a case and by the end of the episode they're gonna figure it out.
Like an
And,
SVU.
Like a Law and Order or something.
I do
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of
I
nice.
like
to not
procedurals.
have-
Not all the time, but yeah.
They're
I like Law and Order.
It's a well done
procedurals,
procedural,
Mhm.
and there's like some longer story arcs that
Some.
like build and.
Okay.
It's
So-
not like too dramatic. Yeah.
Um.
Because like my problem with like
No.
Criminal Minds is that like it's like
Too much.
it's too much.
Yeah, there's no like serial killer in the hospital, tornado destroying. I mean, there's like it has its moments of like bam,
Right.
something crazy happens, but like they're spaced out enough.
Cool.
It honestly reminds me a lot of Mad Men.
Oh.
And kind of
Shit. Well,
Whoa.
fucking, yeah, don't say that. Now I'm interested.
and it tackles a lot of like really
It's very character driven.
current and like important issues. You could say not always well, but it
Sure.
tries to tackle things, which I admire.
Yeah.
And then the next one is the required viewing of the week, which I just really liked, and so I kept
We'll do a
going
sneak.
with it.
Cool.
So we can just jump right in talking about that if you
All
want.
right.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Yay.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, why don't you start since it was your pick?
Yeah, that's true.
The required viewing for this week was Twin Peaks.
Cool.
I mean, I can talk
The original Twin Peaks.
As
was
picked by
original.
Justin.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jason.
Jason.
My name is
God damn
Jason.
it. Hey, you called me Phil. No, you called me Kevin the other day.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
There's-
Dylan is really bad with names, as you can tell by the fact that he can never name an actor or actress or director.
Yeah. But I know what they've done.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
But I think Twin Peaks is really interesting. I actually have made it all the way through the first season. I haven't made it through the there's 2 seasons, right? I haven't made it through the second one.
Yeah, 3 seasons now, 2 seasons
Mhm.
in the original. The second season takes a dip
Yep. Yep.
because they got rid of David Lynch because they didn't trust. He basically told them he wasn't. He didn't want to solve like the big crime of the show, and they thought that that's why they want. So they brought on somebody, or they got rid of him, and they just let Mark Frost run it. But then he comes back later on in the second season, and it recovers aptly. Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah, I'd watched the pilot a few years ago, and I was just like not feeling it. But rewatching it, I don't know, something just clicked, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, sometimes you need that time, or you're not in the right headspace.
Yeah. And so I started watching it with my sister, actually. And she also got really into it, and so we've been trying to like figure out the mystery. We made a graph of all the characters.
You guys
does
made
solve
a serial killer
Just so you know.
like connect
That-
with
that- is
a
that-
string.
I
graph.
wish-
I thought that was like a picture you found.
No, I made.
Wow.
I wish I would have put it on here. It's awesome. It's like one of those
man.
tax. There's tax all over with names and
It's
string.
great.
It was just as we were watching, it was like there's so many characters, and they're all like connected in some
Uh-huh.
way, and we
Yeah.
were like, okay, so
Fun.
this person's sleeping with that person, but she's, running.
Did you
this
have different
business.
colors for like
Different color
fucking
for
strings?
different, like
okay.
a secret illicit relationship. was
Red
black
is red is
string.
the
Like like family was like a yellow string. It was
Nice.
just-
That's
Very
pretty
cool.
cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm 3 episodes in. I'd heard how like weird it could be.
Oh my
and I
God,
wasn't. I was
so
like, I mean, it's
strange.
quirky. I don't really think it's that weird. And then I got to episode 3, and this weird dream sequence at the end.
oh yeah,
yeah.
the weirdest dream
what the
sequence
fuck?
ever.
So
Yep, David Lynch is always notoriously weird, but I will say wonderfully weird. Like I
Wonderfully
do
weird.
enjoy his weirdness.
Yeah, he
very
did Windy
much.
City Heat, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I
City Heat's really
fucking
good.
love that movie.
So funny. Watch it.
It has oh god, yeah. What's the name of that comedian?
Bobcat Gold.
Bobcat Goldthwait. He directed, I believe, part of it, and also Jimmy Kimmel wrote it. Was one of 3 writers, I think, and that was so good. And so I was like, okay, I'm all down for David Lynch. So I watched the first episode of Twin Peaks. I think I'm the only one that came in like very fresh. I didn't even know it was about a murder. I didn't know it was a murder mystery, weird. I knew it was weird. That was the only thing I know, is because everybody kept shoving that down my throat. It's weird. That's fine, and I get that, because you don't want people to go in like. If you tell them how weird it is often enough, that they can go in being like, okay, I'm prepared for
the
that.
weirdness.
The thing is, I watched the first episode and I was like, I had the same feeling as you. I was like, actually, this is funny. I think the people that are saying that it's weird, or at least for the pilot, to me was confusing with maybe like dark humor or something. But I really I actually laughed a lot the very first episode, because
no, it's funny.
yeah, it's really good writing. I really enjoyed the first episode. I was actually a little bit at first, because they really drop you into it.
Yeah, right away.
They start off right away in the first like minute, 60 seconds actually. You get dropped into it, and I was a little bit like, I was like, this is weird. The music, I don't like the tone of the music at first, and then I like buy into it later on. I still think it's kind of weird sometimes, and like it'll be a completely different scene and the song just keeps playing, and I'm like, this is weird. Like, I don't know. Anyways,
Wonderfully weird.
but it was wonderful. I actually really had a good time with that first episode, and I'm gonna continue to watch it. So thank you, Jason.
Yeah. So David Lynch is he sound designs all of everything he does. He's a big proponent in the power of sound to
Absolutely.
like control the
Tone.
way you feel, and like he's more about like the tone of something and the feel of something than he is about the specifics of plot. So he wants to make, more than anything, he wants to give you like a visceral experience while you're watching something. Which
But it is very plot driven.
it's very plot driven, but also like, and if you continue to watch more, you'll see that like it gets to a point where like he does solve the murder gets solved. It does.
Okay.
But like it gets to a point where it's about more than that. Like it's about the way that he's manipulating your like how you feel in any given scene through soundtrack and through sound editing and just editing in general. He's almost like I was talking to somebody and they said he's like a remixer. Like he takes, because he films a lot of stuff and then he takes it and like places it so that it has the highest like psychological and like whatever, like just visceral like a value.
Sure.
And when I was rewatching the pilot, and I had just finished the last episode of The Return, which was, and I don't even want to say he's weird, because I feel like that's just it's a cop out word for like what he is. It's because he's working on such a high level. Like I have such a connection to what it is that he's doing, because I think he is giving you like a good plot to follow, and like to the point where you're latched on. But there's other things that he's doing on every level of filmmaking.
I've never seen so much crying in a pilot episode for anything,
and it's funny,
and it was good.
So
It was
funny.
actually well done. Like the actors and actresses are great.
And you're
Like
just
the
like
over the
laughing at
top.
Laura's mom as she's just like crying her eyes out at her dead daughter, but it's hilarious. And like in the music, it works. Like at sometimes you hear that theme coming, and you're like, I was like you when I first heard it, I'm like, oh my gosh, how often is he going to play this theme? And the answer is a lot.
Okay.
And it keeps happening. And at first you're like, this is too much. And then it just like, and you start thinking, no, like this isn't going to work this time. It isn't going to work. And then sure enough, like it comes in, and because it's that slow build, and then finally it gets to the melody, and you're just like, oh, and you just feel it. Like you really feel that, like, whatever it is that he's trying to make you feel.
One of my favorite scenes in the pilot, they're doing they're drawing back on the camera, so you're getting a wider view, and it's in a locker room. It's just in the main, like a hall of the school, and then this guy in the background goes, and then just
so
dances
dumb.
off screen. Do you remember seeing that? I was
Dances
like,
away.
what the fuck is that guy? There's like no reason for it.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
And I think like that's what I really like about David Lynch. I've said this before a lot, is that he really makes the most out of every single moment of what he's doing. He's not letting anything be passive. He's not just being lazy about like, all right, we need to get this information. You just say it, and then we'll like go lunch.
Very purposeful.
There's everything has like, well, purposeful, but also like, even if it's not purposeful, there's plenty of scenes that you're like, what the fuck was the point of that scene?
Yep.
What was the what did that have to do with anything? But like you just enjoyed watching it. Like,
Okay.
the point is you're sitting there like, maybe it's not necessarily enjoyment that you're feeling, but you're engaged in some way, even if it has nothing to do with what else is going on in the show. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks
I'll
for
agree
watching,
with
guys.
that.
One of my faves.
It's a good pick.
Miliki. All right, this week's Screen Source, Jessica.
All right, guys, we are going to watch the 80s movie My Cousin Vinny, which I
Nice.
really, really love. And it's, when Joe Pesci was sort of in his prime, and Marissa Tomei, and just a really fun, cute. Well, I
shit.
will go ahead and call it cute.
Is it cute?
Cute movie.
I think you should just keep making her follow the mic.
I know, right? Seriously, dude.
It's like in the poster,
So-
I thought she was taking a selfie.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like, wait, that
No.
can't be.
That's not a selfie.
I-
Have you guys seen this film?
I've not seen this.
I've not seen it.
Me
I've
neither.
wanted to see it for a while now. I know it almost exclusively through Seinfeld's, because there's an episode where George might meet Marissa Tomei.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the only thing that he can.
I think I'm hearing Scott, one of the producers back there, going, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I can't believe none of you've seen it.
I know,
Yeah.
it's freaking good.
You
I
know
love it.
there's a controversy with
Because-
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Because she won best actress or best supporting actress?
I think it's supporting
Oh, it's
actress.
Best supporting
Supporting.
actress, and like no one
Wait, for this?
for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no one expected her to win. Like who else was?
She was a no name, and she was going against I don't know, a bunch
like
of other
Vanessa
heavy.
Redgrave or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she won, and it kind of, I think it probably like hurt her career to an extent, because there was just a lot of like
People were
Ah.
upset
feeling that
with
she
her.
didn't deserve that. and
Wow.
And there's a-
rated.
Yeah.
She's really good in it. I
like
really
Marissa
think she
Tomei.
deserved it.
The other part of that is that there's a conspiracy theory that says that she didn't actually win. That in fact the person read the wrong name.
Oh, yeah.
They
And
did a Moonlight, but didn't
All
correct.
on Moonlight.
but they didn't correct it, and they just ran with it because they didn't
Wow.
want the bad publicity. So
Wow.
they just let her accept the award.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true or not, but
Interesting.
there's a conspiracy theory
That's
out there
so
that she
interesting.
didn't actually
Yeah.
win.
I mean, it's one of those movies where I grew up with it, and Joe Pesci is this like very much New Yorker. Got the Italian kind of.
It's got to be his real accent, right?
Yeah, and it just, I love it. But it definitely doesn't. I wouldn't think of it as a movie that would win an Oscar. But I don't know.
Also, comedies generally don't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
But Really good movie.
You've seen this movie a lot.
So many
Jessica's
times,
been
but I
asking me
never
to
get
watch
sick of
this
it.
for the 7 years we've been together.
And you never.
Nope.
I never have.
So this is my way of getting.
All right,
him to
now I gotta watch it.
finally. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So,
I'm excited.
hope you guys enjoy it.
Cool. Question of the week.
Who's that person?
That is our producer,
Whoa.
Miss Kendra Jean.
I see it
What?
now.
No.
Kendra doesn't love this picture. Maybe, I don't know.
Here I am.
Hi, Kendra.
Kendra, that is not you, is it?
It's the lighting
Yeah,
in the
it's,
room.
you know, it's just strange.
What?
I've duplicated.
I can't believe it. It doesn't look
There
like
they are.
you.
Oh.
Kendra's
Hey.
kind of in there.
Get in there,
You can get a little
Kendra.
bit more. Hey.
So what's the question of the
All
week?
right.
Is Kendra even choosing it, or is it Scott?
No, it's Scott.
All
Okay.
right, Scott.
Okay. Is there a drink or food from a movie or TV show like butterbeer that you've always wanted to try?
Oh, that I've always wanted to try. I will say that I am a big fan of Reese's Pieces.
Yes,
Reese's
those are
Pieces.
so good.
And it's really because of E.T. Like, when I saw E.T. as a kid, they looked delicious. And I agree with people who say that peanut butter M&Ms are better. They have more peanut butter and they're better, but I have an emotional connection to Reese's Pieces simply because of the way they were portrayed in E.T.
Yeah.
That I've always wanted to try. I would say butterbeer. I've never tried it. So.
Oh, it's good.
I know you have.
Yeah, so I have had butterbeer at Universal Studios, and it is delicious, straight from heaven.
Straight from What is it?
So it's like it's basically kind of like a cream soda, but it's like a buttery flavor
Okay.
and like a foamy cream thing
Okay,
on
yeah,
top.
yeah.
And so I actually made some for
Harry
my
Potter
Halloween party last
Oh,
year.
yeah, yeah.
Harry Potter Halloween party,
I do remember
and
that.
it was a hit. It was pretty good.
I hear you're doing another Halloween party.
Yeah, potentially.
Okay.
At
you don't, then we can
St.
do it.
James Tea Room.
Oh, that's not what I was.
Oh, okay.
referring
Well,
to.
they're having a Harry Potter
We were
themed
thinking
menu.
about
Stranger Things.
or something, but
Oh,
yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But they'll probably, if they do butterbeer at St. James, it'll probably be
I've
better.
already agreed. Everybody's coming as Harry Potter character to your party,
Yes.
and I can't come because I'm working, but I'm going to show up late as dressed as Voldemort, and I'm just going to flip over the table and destroy everything,
Nice.
and then leave.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
I'm counting on that.
Yeah.
But so wait, this
have
is
one?
something you want to try?
Oh, something I want to try from.
Yeah, I have
Answer the
one.
question.
You go ahead. I'll answer.
I have something that I have tried and something I want to try. So something I have tried is pumpkin juice from Harry Potter at Universal Studios, and I loved it. It was so good. And then it sounds weird, I know, but it was really good. Kind of tastes like apple cider, but pumpkin flavored. And then something I want to try, which I will never be able to try because it has meat in it, is the pies from Sweeney Todd, which are meat pies made of people.
People
Just
pies.
because I've always wanted to
Yeah.
be a cannibal, like in my head,
Yeah.
because it's like the opposite of
good
being
choice.
vegan. So yeah.
Or even Hannibal
Yep.
delicatessens.
Now, all the food on that show looks really, really good.
Well, everything,
really does.
everything on
It
that show
honestly
looks
does.
good.
See, I told
Yeah.
you guys. It
Yeah,
looks good to be
I'm
a
gonna
cannibal.
put that in there. All the Hannibal food. I want to try it.
You know, I've always wanted to try Turkish Delight from Lion, the
Oh,
Witch, and the Wardrobe.
yeah.
I hear it's not very good.
I heard it's not good.
Somebody
at all.
made it. I did a production of that show, and some mom made it, and it was just like
Of course, a
sweet.
mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Moms.
What about the shepherd's pie and friends? Jam
the
mixed with
one
peas
that
and
tastes
onions.
like feet
Oh,
Yeah.
it was the like
with
Tastes
the
like
custard that
parfait
has
kind of thing. But
Yeah,
she makes
yeah.
the recipes up.
She
so
puts
then
meat,
there's like meat.
peas and onions.
Joey's like meat, good.
And then
Yeah.
a layer of lady fingers, then jam, then custard, then meat sautéed with peas and onions.
I'm thinking. I think it was an apple pie. Jason, not Jason Mewes, Jason Green. Really made that apple pie look good.
An American Pie.
Yeah, yeah.
Biggs.
Like yeah. I
Jason
just feel
Biggs.
like
Jason
Jason
Biggs.
Biggs. Yeah, Biggs. Yeah. He really like.
You'd want to eat that.
When his
after
dick was
what
in
he
that
did to
pie,
it.
I was just like, I gotta have some.
Apple
Was it
pie.
apple?
After post or pre?
It was apple.
Post.
It was
Because
like
of
you know,
course.
like a
Yeah,
just
yeah.
traditional.
Some after.
Soften it
pie.
up a little bit.
Yeah.
Let it cool down.
Yeah, he's giving it a little mix.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's my food.
wow.
I'm gonna
We're
say
gross, guys.
I'm gonna come back and say butterbeer, but I'm gonna throw this out. There was some cartoon I used to watch as a kid where somebody ate a hot dog. I think it was like Popeye or something, or it was like eating those hamburgers. Those were the hamburgers in Popeye.
Oh, yeah.
Those look, I think, like cartoon food. I'll never be able to eat it, but I always want like Spirited Away, the Japanese anime. All of the food. I think there's like some.
It's probably based on real food.
Rule that they have to make the food. Because there's some, apparently, I think I read somewhere that there's some anime where like something is hilariously badly animated. It's like a piece of like lettuce, and it just looks like two green like spheres. And so like from that point on, because it became like a running joke, like, all animators have put like a lot of time and effort into making their food look
Really
delicious.
good.
And so
That's
Like
funny.
Cheese Whiz from the Goofy movie. Oh, my
yeah.
God.
Ooh,
Yeah.
The beer on The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Yeah, would that be your choice, Scott?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try.
Kendra, you have one?
Um,
That's okay if you don't.
I don't think I do. No.
I would like to say I'd like to try the coffee from Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or the
heck yeah.
or the
And the
cherry
cherry
pie.
pie. Mhm.
A good question. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, baby Kendra.
Good question.
How old are you in that photo?
Best question yet.
13.
Thir-
Are you're either
Holy crap,
13
you
or
look
like
you're 20.
40.
Well, that is a gorgeous photo, I have to say.
She looks like Hermione.
Yeah.
She kinda does, huh?
Holy crap. I can't even believe it's you.
Messier
but
hair, maybe.
It's a great picture.
Yeah. All right. So on to what did I call it? Film obscura.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Jessica. So somebody want to explain the rules? I can explain it if you'd like.
You explain it.
Film Obscure is a game that we play here every week, although we can venture into other games eventually. But basically, one of us chooses a film, an obscure film that they have or have not seen, generally have. And then we, the rest of us, so this week it was Jessica, the rest of us have to guess the plot of the film, the twist, who's acting, who's directing, things like that. And then we watch a trailer of it, and then we actually see what it's really about. Whoever wins gets boastful points.
Imaginary points.
And if you've
Imaginary
already
points.
seen it, I'm sorry, but just make something up.
I'm ready.
All right.
Powder is the movie.
Powder?
Powder.
I do know what this what is. I know
Have you
it's
seen it?
Yes, I've
Okay.
seen part of it.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to make something up.
Yep, just make something up.
Okay.
If you heard this title and you didn't know what the movie was about, what would
All
you
right.
think it was about?
I saw a picture of it,
Oh.
so I know more than you.
So I'm the only.
You're the
one
most
that's
in the
gonna be
dark.
blind right
Yeah.
now. Cool. So should I start then?
Yeah, go for it.
Powder is an early 2000s teen drama directed by Sofia Coppola. And it is a historical account of the Duchess of Worcester. Sure.
Sauce.
Sauce.
Nice.
And it has got Radiohead in the soundtrack.
Yep.
That's all I know.
I like that
But
Radiohead.
it's starring who's a young actress in the early 2000s. Lizzie McGuire. What's her name?
Oh, gosh, I always forget.
Hannah
her name.
Montana?
No.
that's a different girl.
Liz
huh?
No.
McGuire,
Same time, though.
Gosh, I always forget her name, but yeah.
Duff.
Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff.
Starring Hillary Duff. It was supposed to be
Nice.
like a big star vehicle. It was supposed to really boost her career, break her out of the Disney mold,
World.
but it flopped and
Oh, darn.
it's just faded into obscurity. So
All right. Powder is also in the early 2000s. It's a raunchy teen comedy. Let's say it's going to starring Jason Biggs. We've brought him up once. Let's bring him up twice today. Jason Biggs, and he's just got a lot of issues with pubescent smells. So smelling bad. So he gets to start applying a lot of baby powder to his genitals and other smelly parts, and something happens to the powder bottle, and it gets sentience. It becomes sentient, and it's like a anthropomorphic powder bottle that he gets him into a lot of trouble, but also gets him out of a lot of trouble. And it's of course directed by whoever directed the old school movie. That guy. And,
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's done a lot of movies,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
In that same vein.
That's him.
Powder is coming out next year. And It is starring 2 black men that fight vampires.
It's always about vampires.
I think I did that 2 weeks in a row.
Every single time.
No. I think Powder is... it comes out next year, and it is a sequel. You heard it here. It is a sequel to There Will Be Blood. But it's now There Will Be Powder. And it is Leonardo DiCaprio and cocaine instead of... who did There Will Be Blood?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis and oil. It is... you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's now turning into... as opposed to a sequel, maybe it's an anthology.
Spiritual sequel.
Yes, it's an anthology, a spiritual sequel, exactly.
Got it.
And it's almost, line for line the same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, instead of beating him up with the pin,
Yeah.
the pin, he beats him up with like really large kilo stacks of cocaine.
Yeah.
Like a brick.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
And the Pope dies.
Powder.
It's not a priest, it's a Pope.
Ah.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. So
All right.
those are pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see who's closest.
I will say I watched this movie at a boy-girl party.
Oh.
Ooh, boy,
13
girl.
In the bottle or anything like that going on?
Uh-oh.
I think
Oops, sorry.
maybe unofficially there were some
Oh.
shenanigans happening, which I was never
Okay.
invited to. So.
Oh.
Yeah, this looks interesting. This week I need to type everything in because there's just too many. I can't see this shit. Is this it?
That's
this looks
it.
like it.
Gotta be it.
1995.
Yeah, that's the whole movie, guys. We can watch the whole movie. Let's watch
That's
it.
The whole movie done.
Can you do me a favor and take over a little bit here, Mr. Scott? Thank you. I'm getting some volume. All right.
That is the whole movie done.
Powder.
This is not the trailer.
Oh, this is the whole movie?
That's what we kept trying to tell you
Ooh.
like 5 times.
2 hours. All right, we'll watch 2 hours of Powder. Maybe I'll type in Powder trailer.
This movie is in the heyday of
There you go.
1995 trailer official. There
This one has
Phenomenon
36,000 views. Oh, no, this one has 300,000 views. This is probably the better one.
Well, that's a 3.5 minute long trailer. Jesus.
That is a
We don't
long
need that
trailer.
much of a
Like in
trailer, but-
95, that's how they made trailers. Is this the intro to the film?
I think it's the intro to the film.
you go. Dylan.
Jesus!
Come on.
Get
I
it
don't know what you want me to
together,
do,
man. Get
guys.
together,
No, it
man.
says trailer.
Go back. Just
It's
go
not
back to the other
trailer.
one.
It's lying
It says
to you.
trailer.
Go back to the other one.
Go
That's
back
only
to the other one that's
You want a minute 12?
12.
yeah.
Jesus.
Am I gonna cry?
This also might be.
I hate all of you.
I don't think this is. What is going on YouTube?
This is just a scene from the movie.
Last time you were in school.
I've never been to school. I read them, but no. Take a page.
216.
Our souls are like those orphans whose unwedded mothers die in burying them.
It's like
The secret of our
Will
faith
Hunting.
lies in the grave,
but powdery.
and we must there to learn it.
So they fuck at some point, right?
Yeah, definitely. That's like 90% of the movie.
Cool.
And he is an albino, if you couldn't already tell.
Okay.
What the hell?
Uh-huh.
All right. That was Powder.
That's the whole movie, everybody.
It's got a supernatural element to it, in case you're
Like-
wondering.
So
Saves
what?
a deer. He can put his health or something. That's what I remember. There's a deer that gets hit by a car and he resurrects it by touching it.
Yep.
And
Then
then
it takes a
it
toll
takes
on him.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly.
Yep.
I've never
Yeah.
seen this.
He's a
but I feel
sympathetic
like I know
character.
everything that's gonna happen in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, what is this about, and who was closest?
I would say that
No, but
you were actually closest.
Oh, finally I win. I don't think I've ever won.
But yeah, it's about this guy who's an albino, and he grew up, kind of locked in his house because he, embarrassed about being albino, and his family's trying to
Naturally.
keep him, behind closed doors. And then he has superpowers, kind of, and
You know what? That's
Yeah.
a lot like X-Men.
Yeah.
One of the newer
It's-
characters in
it's cool.
Logan. Did
Yeah.
you guys ever watch Logan? It's
Yeah.
very
Yes.
well. Yeah. Do you remember the albino character that has superpowers?
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of that.
Yeah. So it's interesting.
Cool.
It stars Michael Patrick Flannery or Flannery, I
I
think.
don't know where that guy went, or maybe I just don't recognize him.
Yeah. He hasn't been around for a while, I don't think. But
Mary Steenburgen is
I think he
on,
was in Reservoir Dogs, right? I think.
Was he?
Maybe.
Sounds familiar.
Perhaps.
Mary Steenburgen is on Last Man on Earth,
Yep.
which is great.
I like her a lot.
All right, now we're into the segment trailers. So the game here is watch it, rent it, or skip it. And there are a lot to choose from here. I don't even know if this is the most updated
How
list.
much
but
do we have time for? Let's look at it that way.
well, I don't think we should watch them all, but let's watch some ones that we think. So we're an hour and a half in, guys. So we're actually well within our time.
great.
We have a half
Okay.
hour to watch trailers. We don't have to do that. But let's start off with ones that were definitely chosen by you. So Lady Bird. I don't remember who chose this one.
Kevin did, right?
Did I? I've seen it. I watched.
I put it up there.
Oh, Jason did. Cool.
Cool.
I put any trailers this time.
And I actually saw that it was.
I hate California. I want to go to the East Coast.
I want to go where culture is, like New York, or at least Connecticut or New Hampshire, where writers live in the
Get into
woods.
those schools anyway.
Mom,
You should just go to City College. You know, with your work ethic, just go to City College and then to jail, and then back to City College, and then maybe you'd learn to pull yourself up
Jesus.
and not expect everybody to do everything.
Oh my God!
Is that your given name?
Yeah.
Why is it in quotes?
I gave it to myself. It's given to me by me.
Lady Bird always says that she lives on the wrong side of the tracks, but I always thought that there was like a metaphor. But there are actual train tracks. What you do is very baller, very anarchist.
Put the magazine back!
She has a big heart, your mom.
She's warm, but she's also kind of scary.
You can't be scary and warm.
I think you can, your mom is.
So, you're not interested in any Catholic colleges?
No way. I want schools like Yale, but not Yale because I probably couldn't get in.
You definitely couldn't get in.
Does Mom hate me?
If you're tired, we can sit down.
I'm not tired.
Dragging your feet.
You are so infuriating. Stop yelling. I'm not yelling. Oh, it's perfect.
You love it?
You both have such strong personalities.
When is a normal time to have sex?
You're having sex?
Just wanted it to be special.
Why? You're gonna have so much unspecial sex in your life.
We're afraid that we will never escape our past.
Whatever we give you, it's never enough. It's never enough.
It is enough.
We're afraid of what the future will bring. We're afraid we won't be loved.
You can't do anything unless for the some attention.
We won't be liked.
Yeah, well, you know your mom's tits, they're totally fake. She made one bad decision at 19. Two bad decisions.
And we won't succeed.
I want you to be the very best version of yourself that you can be.
What if this is the best version? What I'd really like is to be on Math Olympiad.
But math isn't something you're terribly strong in.
That we know of yet.
I like it. I'm gonna probably rent.
I can't say anything. I didn't see it.
I am very excited. I think it hits a lot of stuff for me. Greta Gerwig is great. Sorcy? How do you? I never know how to say her name.
Yep.
Sourcing.
Don't act like you guys.
Sayorsi.
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 That's not true.
Sears.
I'm really happy to see Laurie Metcalf, who plays her mom.
Yeah,
of
she
Roseanne
hasn't been around
fame.
for a while, right?
I'm a big fan. I still am a big fan of Roseanne. I think it's a great TV show, and I think
they're bringing it back for one season.
and I'm very excited. And
Is that Netflix? I think it's Netflix for some reason.
I'm not sure. I think it might actually be ABC or whoever it was, the original network. But Laurie Metcalf's just a powerhouse, and
yeah, she's hilarious.
It's nice to see her back. Also, Lucas Hedges from
Manchester by the Sea.
Manchester by the Sea, and he was. I thought he was really, really great. I knew him. He was also in Moonrise Kingdom as like the jerk kid, and of all the kids that I thought would be successful actors. I didn't think he would be the one, but
Yeah.
he was really great at Manchester by the Sea. So
Yeah, he
I
was.
think it looks great.
Cool.
I'm really excited.
Yeah. I mean, it looks a little twee.
Twee? What's that
like
mean?
kind of like
What does that mean?
cutesy.
Cutesy.
But that's fine. And there was a couple lines that made me laugh in the trailer, which is always a good sign. And I'm also a big fan of Greta Gerwig.
Yeah.
So I'm a watch. I'm a
Okay.
watch.
Cool. All right. The Square official trailer.
Square.
What are the biggest challenges in running a museum?
We're a museum of modern and contemporary art, so we need to present art that is the art of today, art that is absolutely cutting edge, and the competition is fierce. If you place an object in a museum, for instance, if we took your bag and placed it here, would that make it art?
Her til efteråret præsenterer vi den argentinske kunstner og sociolog Lola Arias og hendes udstilling, som hedder The Square.
Vi kan ikke som museum lade os skræmme af udtrykte overskridte grænser. Det kan vi ikke gøre.
Låt alltid försvinna, jag kommer att kasta med dig!
Nu är det dags för mat och vi har dukat fram en fantastisk buffé. Svampfylld rostad majskyckling med... Jag vill jättegärna ta det lite lugnt. Ja, men lugnt!
How often would you say that you take women that you don't know very well and have sex with them? You know their names?
Yeah.
So what's my name?
The Square er en frizone, hvor tillid og omsorg råder. I den har vi alle lige rettigheder og forpligtelser.
Oh my god. Wow. That's a lot. I don't know. I think it seems a little crazy, but I'll say Rent, I guess. I'm kind of intrigued just because I love Elizabeth Moss and like yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that was a lot. But I liked all of it, even though I don't quite know what it's about.
Yeah.
But it was a trailer that grabbed my interest. Attention. So I would watch it. I think I'm a watch.
This movie won the Palme d'Or at Cannes. Cannes this year. And Elizabeth Moss. I didn't see Force Majeure, but I heard great things about it. I think a lot of these, we're getting like a higher quality like of movies trailers coming out because the Toronto International Film Festival is, I think it might be ending today, but it's been going on for like the past week, and that's historically been when like Oscar contenders and like, you know, those high status end of the year movies drop and they start dropping.
Did Venice already happen, or is that coming?
Venice is over.
Venice is over, and then next month is I don't remember where it's at or what it's called. It's the Horror Film Festival. That one's a big one.
Fest or
But I actually wanted to approach one of you guys. Like, I think it would be kind of fun to just do like a 5-minute, like, here are the film festivals. Here's what they normally do and what they have. And
sure.
I don't know, just like a little history lesson on film festivals.
That'd be
It'd
fun.
be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I had a similar situation yesterday when she was talking to the tall man. Elizabeth Moss was talking to the tall man about like, you don't know my name.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a play last night, and the person that directed it, her name's Bridget. I don't remember her last name.
Was it She
Kills Monsters. I went because Bond's in it, of Color Circuit fame.
Okay.
Great play.
It was really, it's the
I
best
heard it was
play I've
great.
been to.
I cried.
I felt
was
bad,
like,
but
oh my God, the actors were so good. They made me cry. It was really, really great.
yeah, it really turns into, it isn't what you think it's going to be. And then, anyways, I had met Bridget last weekend because she was on Color Circuit. And she, we did a role-playing game, and she co-directed the show, and I went up afterwards to like say, hey, good show, like, and I hugged one of our other friends that we met that week, and then I went up to like, oh hey, and went to go give her a hug, and she went, and I was like, you don't remember me, do you? And she went, and then I explained, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. She's like, oh, when I saw you last, your hair was down, and it really tripped me up. I was like, I've been thinking about that all day because it's like, that never happens, first off.
Right.
It's a great blow to my ego, second off. But yeah, it was fun. It was just really
I
funny.
shouldn't laugh that hard, but that is just really
It
funny.
was really funny. Yeah. I was like, thanks, Bridget.
Oh,
You're a nice person. So fuck that girl. You're not allowed back in Color Circuit.
I'm a
He's
watch it, by
kidding.
the way.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
He's kidding. You're of course allowed back. You have to remember his name next time.
No, I don't even need to remember my name. Just who I am. You saw me. All right, this is Gerald's Game.
Dylan, are you gonna watch?
I didn't
or
watch the
rent?
trailer. Sorry.
Oh, you
We're
didn't?
figuring out some production issues back there. But we figured it out.
All right, here we go. Gerald's Game.
This is gonna be good for us, Jess. Really good.
Ooh. Whoa.
That's a marriage, isn't it? Working on the difficult things.
For better or worse.
Let's go in. Get comfy.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
I bet you think your husband will be back any minute. Try to go for help. There's no one for miles.
Gerald?
I'm sorry, baby. You don't get to know my name.
I don't like this. I'm serious. Stop.
Like that.
Stop it!
You play?
Is this really what it takes these days?
God, how did we go so wrong? We were happy once, weren't we?
Gerald? What? What's happening?
Oh.
Gerald!
Oh shit.
Sex gone wrong. Oh, he's done.
Just wake up. It's time to wake up, honey.
5 hours you've wasted screaming for neighbors that are half a mile away, if they're even here yet. How long do you think someone lives without water? That will not work. You've been pulled to your wrists break. You're not getting out of those cuffs.
You're not real. You're not real. Little baby, don't say a word.
Focus. You've been sleepwalking since you were 12 years old.
That's a beautiful dress.
He put you in those handcuffs way before Gerald did.
You all right? You all right, Mel?
Everything you need to survive from the beginning. You just have to remember.
Back up!
Oh!
If you don't wake up, you're gonna die.
Wow. Looks like film, right? It's a film?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap. Oh, crap. So yeah, how do you guys feel?
I feel like what's her
You-
name?
what do
Melanie.
you feel like?
Melanie. Something.
I don't know.
What's her name? I don't know. It's the main actress.
the
in that.
woman.
I think it's
Yeah.
Carla Gugino or something.
Carla Gugino.
Oh,
yeah,
who am I
Gugino,
thinking
yeah.
of?
Gugino.
Yeah, it looks like a compelling of enough plot. I'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I always get the guy. Is that Bruce Greenwood or is it Dennis Quaid?
No, that's Bruce Greenwood.
Greenwood.
They look very similar.
They do.
Yeah, no, the premise looks very interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I like that it's on Netflix, so I don't have to go to the.
Yeah.
So I don't have to leave my house.
I was worried. I was like, it's gonna be an hour and a half to 2 hours of this, her sitting in bed trying to figure this out. I was like, how are they gonna hold that up? And then I was like, and then it said Stephen King. I was like, oh, okay. And then and then I was like, oh, you're going into dream sequences. All right, then you have other places to explore. So yeah, it'll be Rent, quote unquote.
Well, yeah, because it's on Netflix.
I definitely want to see it. I think it looks very interesting.
I feel like she could probably break the bedpost. It didn't look that thick.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to like judge.
You can't ruin the magic of this bedpost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if you were like a
I mean, you could just dislocate or break something and then have it, heal.
Yeah, deal with it when you get there. Yeah, isn't it like 3 minutes or something? If you don't have oxygen to the brain, you're done.
Yep.
It's something like that. So
pretty much.
He's done.
Yep.
He done. All right, flat liners. Did one of you pick this?
Did we already watch this one?
We might have already watched this one.
Is this a new trailer?
Oh, it's probably trailer number 2.
It's
That's
trailer
probably
number
why.
2, but we don't have to watch it. Go on to the next one.
Thelma.
I can't remember if I saw it in the theaters or if I saw it here.
Right,
It's all blurry,
neither.
guys.
I know. It's all going together in one. Congealed.
Hi.
Går det bedre?
Ja, det går mye bedre nå.
Ser ut til å komme nye venner. Hva er det for?
Jeg vet ikke hva det er med meg, det bare...
Jeg skal hjelpe deg.
Herre, fjern dette fra meg, frels meg fra disse tankene. Dette går ikke.
Det her, det handler om noe som er mye større enn oss.
It looks well shot.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
Whoa.
It's not what I was expecting. I was like, oh, this is going to be an LGBT film. But nope.
It's like Thelma and Louise. No, not Thelma and Louise. It's like Carrie meets Blue is the Warmest Color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm on board.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way to
That's
put it,
a
Kevin.
very good way to describe it, and I like it.
Yeah.
I read something a while back. It was like in a movie where a boy gains superpowers, it's a superhero movie. But if it's a girl gaining powers, it's always a horror movie.
What?
For some reason.
Huh.
If you think about it, that's true.
That's
Interesting.
Some bullshit, gotta say.
Yeah, but that's just
But yep,
Yeah.
that is the way it
That's some
goes. I will. I mean, it looks like it would be good to see in theater because it's just so pretty. Like it just looks
Yeah, it
so
was really well
beautiful
shot.
that I would really like to see that on the big screen. So I will watch.
I wonder if it's like going to be too like indie weird enough for me to want to see. I don't know if that makes sense. Like there's like indie weird movies, right?
Mhm.
It's like a little too much for my little brain. I have a baby
Aw.
brain. No, I just don't like. It's not something that I like need to see right away. You know?
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm going to go all in. I'm going to watch that.
I'm a watch.
Wow.
4 for 4 so far.
Yep.
4 for 4. Cool.
I think I liked all of them.
All right, Insidious: The Last Key.
Oh God.
So probably the last Insidious movie. I watched the first 2, and I hated them.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Fuck.
Oh. Oh. That's cool. I like that.
People who need help with matters that can't be explained come to me. These hauntings can be terrifying things. I should know. I've faced many evils in my life.
Yeah.
This one was different, though. The haunted house is my family's house.
Yeah, James Wan.
If we can find out what it is, we can stop this curse. To end this evil, I need to go deeper into the further.
Oh.
I don't have memories from this place. I have scars. I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna finish it. Please, there's someone right in front of you. I don't see anything. Be careful. You're going to touch it.
Oh! Jesus.
God.
The last keyhole.
Oh, God. Okay. It really looks like it's trying to be The Conjuring, like so hard, and I don't know if it's gonna live up to that, but.
So the guy's keys for fingers? Is that the monster?
It's pretty creepy.
Yeah, that's
Must
what
be
it
hard to
looks
type.
like.
How does he use his
Wipe your
phone?
butt? Yeah.
You'd have to have like keys on your keys.
Gotta do the
keys on your
I watched a
holes on your
video
keys.
the other day, and it was these 3 women in a club, like like they were dancing, and they all had nails that were like genuinely like 4 feet long.
Yep.
And it looked like a modern club, and everybody else was just dancing around them, and they were like,
They're just like,
"Oh
Yeah,
God,
I
it was
think I saw,
gross."
like, a Guinness.
Yeah.
Some guy.
Yep.
That's what it looked like.
He had to like keep them in bags
So
because he was trying
if
to
there's
just get the
something that
record.
freaks me out, it is
It's not that much of a like an
long
accomplishment.
nails. And long hair freaks me out too. Like people that have like horse hair that's like down to their ankles. That like freaks me the heck out.
a little
But
weird,
anyway, yeah.
I've never seen the other Insidious movies. I don't know if I'm gonna jump on that bandwagon.
I
this late in
don't
the
think you
game.
need to watch them in
Okay.
order or anything. It's yeah.
I did like some of the creepy visuals.
Me
like
too.
The weird little bald person.
Didn't
But
that
yeah.
remind you of
this way.
what's that anthology? Every season's different.
The one that we watched.
XX?
No,
You're talking about XX?
American
no.
Horror Story.
Horror Story.
Oh.
That scene reminded me of like a horror story type of thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
I've seen the first 2. I don't know. I keep going back because I don't like them, but I like.
Bad relationship. you
Yeah,
know?
but James Wan's done some cool things, and also I don't. I just like giving horror film movies a chance, even though they don't always do me right. But it just looks fun. I mean, how could that looks fun? I'm probably gonna watch it.
What is a
Yeah.
horror movie for?
Watch or rent.
But not for fun and to make you
I will
scream.
not watch that.
I'll skip.
Somewhere between a rent and a skip.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Bad Moms. Do we know?
skip
Yeah, let's
that
skip that
one.
one. Daddy's Home 2.
Skip.
The first trailer was good.
Jungle.
Not gonna lie.
Looks good.
Let's watch some Jungle.
Did we already watch it though? I think I've seen it in theaters. Maybe.
I don't know. I don't even. It doesn't ring a bell to me.
Jungle?
Well, it looks very intriguing. So.
Oh, whoops.
I was desperate to escape the well-worn path. Work, marriage, kids. Not me. I wanted to experience the extraordinary, which is why I ended up in the jungle.
This is my friend, Joseph. Great to meet you. Good to meet you too.
I told my parents I'd be back in a year, but I don't think I'm ever going back there. There's nothing like the jungle at night. Insects, birds, like that screaming at you. Then suddenly, it's just you. Whatever you came looking for.
You want to be like every other tourist? Anybody can go to Machu Picchu. But the jungle, this guy can take us there.
How do you know that Carl is telling the truth?
That's why you're here. The hidden world.
Perfectly balanced. The problem is us. With the cancer.
Carl, what are you doing?
The only guy who knows where we are and what we're going to do, and he just walked away.
Carl, stop! Follow the river!
You have a map, and the people are coming to save you. All you have to do is keep going. Going and going. And going. And going and going and going. And going and going and going. And going and going and going.
Oh. Why did it keep flashing back
I don't know.
to like other? Did you see when it kept
Just,
flashing?
remembering what he's trying to get back to.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Remind you of like Into the Wild a little bit. Is that what it's called? The one based off a book?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a guy trying to survive in the wild, who's not Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
When does he turn into a corpse?
Swiss Army Man reference?
Yeah, is that like a prequel?
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Where's Ron Weasley?
I really wanted to see it. I heard it did well.
Oh, so good. It's one of my favorites.
But he's not the main character, nor does he really do much talking, right?
Oh, no, he's in it a lot. In Swiss Army Man?
Yeah, I know he's in it a lot, but he's not. He's the Swiss Army Man, right?
Yeah, but like
he's not the talking.
He does talk.
Oh, okay, he does.
Yeah.
Okay, and the
like
trailer
not at
didn't.
first, it's like, and it's kind of.
So it's more of a weekend at Bernie's.
It sort of starts out that way, but then like eventually he does like start talking. And
Okay.
he
Okay.
Can't quite move. Does it ever get to a
Cool.
point where he can't move? He has to carry him the whole time.
Okay.
It's
Anyways,
really anyway,
Jungle.
Back to this.
He does a lot to get that Horcrux, is all I'm saying.
It's not that it doesn't look good. It just looks like it's gonna make me uncomfortable. So.
Oh yeah, I think it's definitely wants you to do
I
that.
might want to watch it at home where I can like put pause.
Daniel Radcliffe is in the I'm going to lose weight to prove I'm a really good actor phase of his career. So
like the Christian Bale.
We'll see.
Phase.
I don't know. Like I care less and less about movies about people suffering in the wilderness after The Revenant.
Ugh. Yeah.
Just,
I really enjoyed The Revenant.
I mean, when are people going to
there were
learn to stop
moments I
going
enjoyed.
into the jungle? Like,
just don't go.
When are they going to learn? Like,
just stay
don't
in your
go.
house
Yep.
and let's just build a better society, people.
I totally agree.
Yeah. I will say one good recent jungle movie was The Lost City of Z.
I've heard of that one.
Heard about it. Yeah.
With Charlie Hunman. And
Didn't watch it.
It was good.
Cool.
Anyway, off topic.
Yeah, I would.
I like the Jungle Book.
I don't know.
The Jungle
For me, I'm going to skip for now, but if the reviews are good, then I'll rent.
I'm at a rent.
Skip.
I'm at a perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else we got here, guys? Hostels.
Yeah.
What is that? I don't
I
know
think
what that
it's
is.
two Hostel movies playing at the same time.
I have a feeling it's not
probably a
that.
sequel
I think
to
it definitely
the Hostel
is.
movie, I'm
You think it's a
sure.
sequel to Hostel?
Probably, most
No, they
likely.
escape one and then they immediately go into the next
There's
one.
two of them.
Multiple
'Cause they did Hostel too.
They go to multiple ones.
The last Hostel
It's
was
like,
not
didn't you learn from the
good.
first
No,
Hostel?
it was
But no.
crazy.
Oh no, I never saw it.
For the thing which I greatly feared has come upon me.
Oh, is this thing with Christian Bale?
Oh yes, that's
I was
it.
afraid of. It's come unto me.
I think it just got an award at an Indie Fest. No?
I think
Or
so.
not an Indie Fest, but a film fest.
You believe in my love virtues.
Ooh. Look at that mustache.
Yes, I do. But he's been blind to what's going on out here a long time.
What are all these films?
Crazy.
must be
I've
Western.
killed everything that's walked or crawled. If you do it enough, you get used to it.
It's Patrick.
That's what I'm afraid of. Understand this. When we lay our heads down out here, we're all prisoners.
Oh. So the tone of that kind of felt like a thriller almost.
Western.
Yeah, I
It's a
have no
Western
idea what's going on.
action thriller?
Mm.
I don't know.
It's a lot of like actors who only move their mouths.
Well, that's what you did when you were in the Wild West. You did how kind of time.
There's not really much else to do.
Get the whiskers going.
I'm intrigued. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Christian Bale, so I would probably watch that in theaters.
I like me some Christian Bale.
Yeah.
He's good. I love Rosamund Pike.
Yeah.
She's great too.
I don't know if this is going to be a movie that she does much other than like cower and scream.
And scream and
brutalize for the development of his character. But I don't know.
So in your best country accent, watch Run or Skip.
Yeah, I'm going to rent that one.
I'll watch it. What? Oh, ooh, shit. I became British. Mama, watch it.
Watch that one.
Watch that one.
You mind if I join you in this moving picture in the theater?
I'll say okay. Okay.
All
I
right.
will kindly join you, gentlemen, if you don't mind.
I do.
I wonder if they filmed
I
that
knew you
movie
would.
here.
You
It
son
looks
of a
like it
bitch.
was. I didn't hear about it though, but maybe I did. I don't know what's going on in my own head.
Didn't hear about it. Maybe I did. Okay, what else we got here?
Neo Yokio.
Sounds like a Japanese.
It is. It's gonna say in it, but it is. What's Will Smith's son's name?
Oh no!
Oh no!
I gotta. What is it? Oh, he's voicing.
Yes.
Just let somebody else be successful. You
know.
don't need it, Jaden.
Is the greatest city in the world. It is a diverse labyrinth of cultural and architectural innovation.
Sounds like Jude Law.
Jude Law, yeah.
Yeah.
I got him to
Busted.
do some
Of course, whenever a
voiceover.
city becomes the envy of the world,
She's possessed? That sucks.
problems are bound to arise.
Kaz Khan, we need to discuss a matter of national security.
We've seen a dramatic rise in occult activity.
You have a sacred duty to protect the city as well as our family name.
Susan Sarandon. And the other one was,
I told you to clear my schedule. I'm grieving the death of a relationship.
Oh dear.
Don't you understand? You need to work to support your wretched lifestyle.
Oh, look! It's Neo Yokio's second most eligible bachelor.
Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah?
Yo, we gotta teach these old money fuckboys a lesson. You can't give Archangel the satisfaction, B.
Win. Lose.
Not testing
We'll all be equal in the grave.
I'm surprised you don't wear more
Steve Buscemi,
glasses.
Susan
Aren't you
Sarandon.
prone to melancholy?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I have a generally cheerful disposition.
Hi, Casimir.
Slayer of demons.
I can see you, bitch. You're wearing a black tuxedo against a midnight blue sky, and it's sparkling.
The
This might
city's on
be
high alert.
PG-13
It's
or
a
R.
perfect storm.
Coco Chanel, may her memory be blessed.
Maybe it's not Jason.
Can you feel the synergy, Kaz?
No, I feel no synergy.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a shot because I really like anime and I really like this. The cast seems.
Notice that I almost said Jada, not Jada. Jaden.
Jada is his mom.
Jada's his mom. You notice he didn't talk a lot?
Yep. And for good reason.
Yes, some. And he's the main character, and he barely talked in it. I feel like that was very purposeful.
Has anyone seen The Get Down? Sorry, not to like change. I really
I
liked him
haven't,
in
but
The
I
Get Down.
really
Oh,
want
he's in
to.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about the one about the beginning of hip hop, right?
I really hated him in the movie he did where his dad directed.
Yeah.
And,
It's just such
Oh,
obvious
that was terrible.
nepotism.
Oh, for sure.
And it's I know that so much of Hollywood is nepotism.
Sure.
But like when it's that obvious, it's just like
Yeah, but
you
I
have
mean, what do you mean
all
that
of-
obvious?
In
I
that
mean, Ron
like,
Howard's daughter, she's great.
I
Yeah,
know.
but she's actually a good
Good
actress,
on her
though.
own merits.
And I mean, you can get good. I guess like anybody can be a good actor if you don't have to work and you can just take acting classes for
Right, because you have so
your
much
entire
money
life.
that it doesn't matter.
Right. You can just hire the best acting coaches in the
Right.
world to come and train you. So like, that's just a personal peeve that I have.
No, yeah.
There's a lot of
makes
it is a good cast though.
I mean, when it comes to like voice work, I don't know like
sure,
how.
sure.
I mean, maybe you guys disagree. I guess it's important, but I don't know if
No,
it's
they're
as important.
Yeah, no, there's a lot better voice actors out there. They pick these people for their names.
name,
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Full Metal Alchemist. It's about a brother. It's about two brothers. One of the brothers. Don't worry about it. One of the brothers, though.
Sorry.
One of the brothers is stuck in a robot.
Here we go.
Kevin just scam. And so that's it.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry.
I don't think we were using it anyways.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Just forget those ones.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I'm just gonna watch the pilot at least.
Is it a series or a?
Good point.
I can
yeah.
never tell anymore. There's a.
Oh, he cut it to us.
I'm still
Is it
laughing
working?
because that was.
Let me see.
scary.
Let me see.
Thought it was gonna break all.
This
of
is
your
a film or
cameras.
not?
I have no ill feelings towards this, but I'm not gonna watch it if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
with
I'm not
myself.
gonna watch it. I
Like
don't-
sometimes I'm like skip because that looks like garbage, but this is like no, it looks like it's good for what it is. I just don't. It's not for me, and that's fine.
You know what? It might be a film. So in that case, I probably won't, unless it does well. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more. You guys want to be choosy here? We got Wheelman, The Man Who Invented Christmas, The Cured, and The Magic School Bus.
Magic School Bus.
So what do you want to watch?
Yep. Wheelman, or how many can we pick?
I don't know. It's up to you guys. We can pick them all. We can not pick. We just hit our 2 hour mark.
Let's do 2.
Two more.
Two
okay.
more.
You want to do Magic School Bus?
Yep. Let's for sure do
All right.
Magic School Bus, and then I don't know what the other one will be.
This is a reboot of the Magic School Bus series on Netflix. Really pushing them out, aren't they?
Gosh, seriously.
Class, please welcome Miss Fiona Felicity Frizzle.
It's me. Whoa, total frizzle overload.
To the bus.
Wait, what just happened? Why are there 2 frizzles?
The keys. You're going to have great new adventures, class.
Whoa.
Lily Tomlin's turning over the keys. You didn't get that from the last shot.
Well, class, as my big sister always says.
And who's the new Miss Frizzle?
Do your stuff.
I know this. You know what it is?
Yeah. And who's writing the new song? You know who this is?
Sounds like written on well.
Yep.
Let's do this. I wonder what this one does.
A whole new world's out there just waiting to be discovered. Magic school bus. I'm pretty sure this wasn't on my permission slip. So strap your bones right to the seat. Come on in and don't be shy. Just to make your day complete, you might get baked into a pile. The magic school bus.
I am on a roll today. Let's go again.
Ride on the magic school bus.
Rides again.
Well, Goldie, our adventure begins.
Ooh, a side beat.
Dang.
B plot.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It looks like a kids show, as it should be, because it was before. And
Yay, science!
I mean, it seems really cool to show to kids in school, and I support that fully. But I don't think I'm going to watch it.
Oh no, none of us are watching
No.
it. We're all right.
Skip.
But it's interesting. They got
But
Kate
very-
McKinnon to play
but
the
I
new
support
Miss
it.
Frizzle, which is a good choice, I
Yeah,
think.
I do love Kate McKinnon.
She's hilarious.
She's always the best in everything.
And
she's
Lily
in.
Tomlin's also great. So I
Mhm.
support it, but I will not watch
I
it
got to
myself.
travel into intestines as a child with that show.
Yep.
I
Conjunction,
don't.
junction, what's your function? That's what I learned.
I don't like the animation. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
compared to the
it's a little
original,
cheesy,
it looks
huh?
a little like cheaper.
Yeah.
than, like
Oh, if you're still watching Gauging Gadgets, whereas here we're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where they film a lot of things, especially Western stuff.
The land of roadrunners and green chili.
All right, which one you want to go for, guys? We got Wheelman, The Man Who Invented Christmas.
No idea what any of these
and
are.
The Cured.
The Cured.
The Man Who
or
Invented Christmas
Wheelman.
is the past, future, present. It's
Charles Dickens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
it's like a biography about him. Or?
No. It's
Let's just watch that one since that's the one we're talking about.
All right, fine.
We'll find out.
The other ones we'll watch on our own volition. Of our own volition, I should say.
Hello, I'm Christopher Plummer, and I'm so excited to be sharing this new trailer for my upcoming movie, The Man Who Invented Christmas, which is coming to theaters everywhere this Thanksgiving. I hope so much that you'll like it, and if you don't, humbug to you.
All right, put him back to sleep.
Aw, I do like Christopher Plummer.
God bless us, everyone. Follow.
Humbug.
So he's had a couple of flops? Well, who hasn't?
You have a new book in mind?
Oh, of course he does.
My lamp's gone out. I've run out of ideas.
Are we in trouble?
No, of course not.
I have told you not to disturb me when I am working.
We see a lot more portly
Eve, the spirits
in
pour into the night.
down
Yeah.
Abbey.
Look here, Mr. Dickens. Pickpockets, streetwalkers,
Made a little bit more
humbug.
portly.
Those people don't belong in books.
Charles.
It's about a miser, and on Christmas Eve, he meets some kind of supernatural guides.
Does it have a title?
Humbug, A Miser's Lament.
Christmas ghost story, Christmas song.
Christmas ballad, something like that. Get the name right, and the character will appear. Scratch. Scrounger. Come on. Scrooge.
Shut the window. You think I'm made of money?
Mr. Scrooge. How delightful to meet you, sir.
Sorry, I can't say the same.
You and I are going to do wonderful things together.
How do you make a world come alive? I can almost see and hear them people.
Even if you'd already written it, couldn't possibly get it printed and distributed in only 6 weeks.
If I can't finish it, I'll never write again. The characters won't do what I want.
I'm the author here.
Allegedly.
A jolly ghost.
What's that mean?
In the season of hope, we will shut out nothing, and everyone will be welcome.
I have to get to the printers by 9 o'clock. But you still don't have an ending.
Merry, Merry Christmas to one and all.
That's enough. Back to work.
God bless us, everyone.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like a skip for now.
I'm not gonna watch that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it
I don't
either.
know.
I may watch it at my parents' house.
Yeah,
against
I
my
was-
will.
as soon as I said that,
Against
I'm
my
like,
will.
Let me say that
It
if
may
you guys
be
are going
a-
to
yeah.
watch, there are many other good Christmas Carol movies out there. Notably my favorite, which is going to make you all laugh, The Muppet
No,
Christmas
that's the
Carol.
that's the best.
The Christmas Carol
With
movies.
Michael Caine
Yes.
as Scrooge.
He's the best
Caine.
Scrooge.
So effing
We got a
good.
big surprise.
Another pony?
Oh.
It's even better. This year, no more back and forth at Christmas. You're not doing the back and forth. I just said that.
You got the first two lines.
A together Christmas like a normal
Uh,
family. Together Christmas.
Hello?
The trailer's
Kurt?
playing.
My dad is gonna
Oh,
stop
oh, I see what
everything
you're
you do.
saying.
Your father hasn't met the new evolved.
Sorry,
I mean,
people.
who wouldn't be impressed with
We
you?
did not mean for that to happen, but you should definitely watch Muppet Christmas Carol.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
Because it's
Just
a
watch
delight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is this so early? It's still summer to be pushing the holiday films.
Oh, we're getting into fall.
Yeah,
It's coming
fall's
quick.
coming.
around the bend.
And they already have a bunch of Spirit Halloween stores open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dollar Trees all
Yep.
Jeez.
Halloweened
It's-
out.
It's all
it's
Halloweened
a-comin'.
out already.
Yeah.
What are we doing for Halloween, everybody?
Oh, party at our place.
Oh yeah,
Is there really?
Costume party. Yeah.
I'll help you with that.
Yeah. That'd be lovely. And then
He's the
also,
party
you know,
master.
we'll watch Stranger Things at some point. That'd be
Oh yeah,
fun.
when does that come out?
That comes out like a few days before Halloween.
It's like the 21st
Perfect.
or something.
That's what
of
we can do.
October.
Yeah, maybe like a
Mhm.
week.
I don't want to talk to you guys. I want to watch Stranger Things on
Everyone
Halloween.
shut up.
So everybody comes over.
Mhm.
We watch all 8 episodes.
Dressed
or
as your
however many.
favorite Stranger Things character.
Yep.
Huh?
I will dressed as
And
your
or-
favorite
and or
character
just
from
favorite
Stranger Things.
character from an 80s movie.
I'm gonna wear blackface
Mm.
Cool.
that night.
Cool. I look
You
forward to
better
that. I will be Winona Ryder.
Nice. Then who am I going to be, Kevin?
Sorry. You can be competing Winona Ryder.
I'm kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all we got for today, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You.
was-
You're saying. But
it's
I thought
been
you had a
fun.
question. I was like, yes, Jason. Go ahead.
Bye.
Thanks
You guys
for
have anything you
watching.
want to plug?
The Hive.
The Hive.
Fridays at 10:15 at the box.
Sign up for
Cool.
acting classes at Soul Acting Academy. Classes for children and adults start this upcoming week. Jessica?
That is it. I have nothing to plug. I will eventually have an Etsy store opening up, and I will let you guys know when that's coming.
And please continue to watch Color Circuit on twitch.tv/Color Circuit Live. Swath of shows coming to you. Like, share, subscribe, all of the verbs. What do we have up this upcoming week? We have video games on Monday. We have some improv on Thursday, and then some Screen Source on Sunday, and I'm sure a ton of stuff in between also. But that's what we have scheduled or slated so far. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned to Screen. We need a Screen Source sign off. What's the words? What's the
Screen Source sign off?
Screen Source sign off.
Ah, God damn it!
Signing off. Signing off at Screen Source.
Oh man, you guys
Dun,
are so
dun,
original.
dun.
Improvise. A table of improvisers.
Bye.
Table of improvisers. Goodbye.
You just got screened.